Hello, I am here. I'm sorry, I'm running 3 minutes behind schedule. Let's get some music on. Hello, Ant Keeping Macro World, and hello, Dean. How are you both? And whoever else is here, say hello. Give us a good evening. Give us a wave. Share the love. Let's get some tunes on. Same as always, nice relaxing.
Welcome to the Picnic Table Ant Chat. We start in half an hour after a bit of feeding in the multi-species tank.
Hopefully it's not lagging too much. I'm just sorting out everything. It wants me to update my phone. That's going to make it slow down, isn't it? I'm sure that's going to affect it. But yeah, we are here. How's the lag at the minute? Is it really bad? It's blurry and it's lagging. Well, that sucks. I am going to work on that. If you lose connection from me, you know why. But I will be back, and Dino will keep you entertained, won't you, Dean? It's doing an update. It's Polyrachus Dives Macro World. And they are going absolutely nuts, and that's a beetle in the middle trying to have some. Good luck to him. But yeah, it's just going to do a little update, so you might lose me again in a minute, but I will be back really, really fast if that's the case, like 2 or 3 minutes of darkness, maybe quietness as well, and then I'll be straight back. Dean, if anyone else comes in the chat whilst that happens, just tell them what's happening for me, please, buddy. Because it will probably kick me offline for a minute and then let me come back. But we'll see. I mean, I could try and... What does that do? Does that speed it up at all? Not really. Not really at all. Well, we'll keep going with this for now, and we'll see how it goes. But I am here, you're here, the ants are here, but they're blurry and lagged, but we'll get it sorted hopefully before the actual interview starts, because that's the main event, isn't it? Let's be honest. I don't know if anyone caught the stream the other night. I was just randomly here streaming, doing a million things as always. And we had a couple of duck races. It was really, really cool. And Antics actually put forward a little prize at one of the duck races towards the end. And yeah, I actually won it. So well done me. I've got myself some ant snaps on their way from Ant Antics, which is quite cool, quite exciting. Nice to win something. I can see a waxworm moving. Now bear in mind, these have been boiled and cut. I don't know how it's still alive. I am planning to do a zombie survival. I'm planning to do a full episode about this tank and all the goings on in it soon. I'm going to do a bit of a cutback and whatnot because it's getting a bit overgrown. If I just whiz the camera over here, very overgrown. So I'll be cutting that back and I'll be doing a full episode on it very soon. Hello, ants and pets. Thank you for joining us. Let's just leave it there. You see all the trails they're forming, like coming in and out of the nest down towards the food. That's pretty cool. I love that. Welcome everybody who is here. I know a few of you have already said hello, but there is a few here which I haven't heard from yet. So anybody that's there lurking in the background, welcome to you as well. Good evening, or for you, good afternoon. What time is it where you are, ants and pets? Hello, Michael. If I say this wrong, I'm sorry. Monaloo. This is a new viewer, so hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you're enjoying it. It's a little bit laggy at the minute. Just bear with it. It's going to go black in a few minutes as well. You're going to lose me completely, but you're not going to lose the chat. And then I'll be coming straight back, hopefully with a much better quality video because it is lagging. But welcome to the stream, everybody. We are going to get started in about 20 minutes. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. I'm going to shut up and let you listen to the music for a minute. And just so everyone knows, I can't shut up for a start. The survey that I had sent out is now completely full. All the entries have been filled, but you're more than welcome to send me a little message if you haven't filled out that survey. I want to make that clear. I don't want you to do it twice. If you haven't filled out my survey, you're more than welcome to send me a message or even send one of my moderators a message. You can do that on Facebook, Discord, even here if you want to. Your first, second, and third favorite ant shop from the year just gone, your country that you're based in, and I think that was about it. And that's just going to help us generate the ant keeping awards, which is going to be absolutely awesome. We're going to hand out awards to the best ant keeping shops in each country that we can get data on. Basically, it's going to be brilliant, and that's also going to help us make a database for all new ant keepers. We're starting properly at 9 p.m. on the dot. We always start. We'll be making a database for all new ant keepers, or all ant keepers basically, of any good ant stores in each country that I can get any information on, and it's going to be brilliant and a great way to help other people in the hobby. So yeah, if you want to take part, if you haven't already taken part, send me your first, second, and third favorite ant shop of the year just gone, and send me the country that you come from. There is also other categories in the Ant Keeping Awards, which is going to be absolutely awesome. I hope it's going to grow bigger every year with more categories, more awards, and bigger in size and greatness. Hello, KB Ant. Welcome, buddy. Thank you for coming on. I'm just saying it's a little bit laggy at the minute, but I'm just doing a few things. It's going to go black in a minute completely. You'll probably lose me completely for about 3 minutes. You won't lose the chat, so don't worry about that. But you'll lose me for about 3 minutes, and then I should be back with better quality stream, hopefully. I haven't stopped talking yet. I'm going to shut up and let you listen to the music. But yeah, see you in a minute. Problem is, I've always got so much to say, especially at the minute. There's so much going on. I'm so excited. Hello, Antimatters. Thank you for signing in. Hello, Generic Mel. Thank you for signing in. I am feeling fine, thank you. How are you? I'm just gonna say for everyone in the chat now who hasn't already heard, I will be going completely blank in a minute. You'll lose connection with me. You won't lose the chat, you won't lose the stream, you'll just lose connection with me. I'm just sorting out something, so hopefully it will come back not blurry, not lagging, and it will be ready for the interview with AntsRus. And as Dino has said, make sure you check out all the links at the top of the chat. You can catch any missed episodes on Spotify. You can find us on Twitch. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. There's going to be a website coming out real super soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. It's going to be the place to be for everything ant keeping. I'm not opening a shop, not just yet.
Hey there, guys and girls. Only 15 minutes left of this feeding before the interview starts. See you there.
That's slightly late, I apologise for that. But yeah, I won't be opening a shop, but the website is going to be the place to go for everything ant keeping. There's going to be a forum, lots of information, everything you want to know and everything you could possibly need, basically. It's going to be awesome, so check out that. You can check out Patreon and help support the streams and the channel. We're growing ever so slightly, but it's going to grow massively once the website gets going, I hope. Not just because of that, just because we're connecting people. That's always the goal with me, to connect the whole ant keeping community through these streams and through what I do. Don't forget, you can also check out Discord, talking about communications and whatnot. Discord is absolutely amazing at the moment. AntsRus, yeah, I'm not doing a shop just yet, but just wait and see what is coming to the website. I don't need to make a shop, put it that way. There's a lot of other shops. I don't need to compete. But I have got some things in the planning that are going to blow your mind. Yeah, basically it's going to be a hub. It's not going to be a shop, but it's going to be a hub. Everything ant keeping, chat, newsletters, information, everything. Oh yeah, if you want to sign up to a newsletter, you can sign up via me any point from now, basically. First newsletter will be coming out on the 1st of February, and that's going to be absolutely awesome. I'm currently writing it up myself. I can't shush, Dino. I just can't shush about it. I'm too excited. It's so close to happening. I'm too excited. So yeah, I mean, I'm very close to even putting the links out now. My gosh. But I'm holding back. What was I saying? Can't remember. There's so much going on, isn't there? So much going on. Now Dino knows a lot of what's going on, and like I say, it's gonna blow everyone's minds. Yeah, all sorts happening. So check out the Ants on the Lock website when it comes out. And for those that you have asked me, no, I don't sleep very much. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Like I said, I'm not going to compete with the shops because I just don't see a point in competing. I'm all about communication and bringing everyone together. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Sugar liquids, I like you. Oh, if you've got some sugar liquids, that'd be absolutely amazing. Thank you very much, Ants, for you. Really, thank you. If you want my details, just send me a message and I will ping them over to you. That's really fantastic. I can't thank you enough. I appreciate that. And yeah, of course, I'll do a review on them. See how the ants take to them. But yeah, that's what I was saying, whilst I don't forget. If you want to sign up to a newsletter, just send me a message over Discord or something privately with your email address, and I will sign you up manually. Now, you'll be able to do it via the website when that's up and live. But if you want to get on this newsletter, sign up now and I'll send it out when I do them all. It will be an electronic newsletter, at least to begin with, simply because that's the way it is these days. It's paperless and whatnot, eco-friendly, as they say. But yeah, it's going to be really good, so check that out. And it's free of charge, of course, so you may as well. It's just going to be all the news and updates of everything I can find ant keeping. There's going to be nuptial flight news and all sorts of stuff, and a little blog about what's been going on in the ant keeping in my ant corner, what I've been doing. So it's just a little information for you to read in your spare time. More ant stuff. What's wrong with more ant stuff? You know what I mean? God, look at that 12 of them coming in and out of there. That's going really well. I don't know how bad it's lagging for you right now. It's probably really bad. I am currently solving that issue. It will go black in about 2 minutes, and then it will take me about another 2 minutes to come back online. You won't lose the stream. You won't lose the chat. So just stay here. Stay entertained. Hello, Ant Ramblings. Thank you for signing in. I literally haven't stopped talking. I'm sorry. But as you can tell, I'm really excited about all of this. And to be honest, I quite enjoy talking to you guys now. I just can't shut up. Michael, it's actually going to be AntsRus tonight. Now, this is my warning to everyone. I am about to go dark in a matter of minutes, matter of seconds, anytime now. We will I am pretty much back. Right, hang on, I'm just going to catch up on the chat. Hello, everybody. Hello, Big Boss. Hello, Ants for you. Hello, Ants England, Resaf, KB, Ant Ramblings, Generic Mel, Michael, Monaloo. I'm sure I'm going to say that wrong. I do apologize. Hello, everybody, for signing in. Welcome. We will be with you properly in a matter of minutes. I'm just going to answer one thing is I'll have anyone on the show that is worth speaking to. Basically, I have no prejudice against anybody. I'll even have people on the show, even if I don't like them myself. Yeah, yeah, simple as that. As long as they're not a dick, excuse the French. You have, oh, it went a bit black. We do have some awesome people coming in the next season. The next season, literally, it's going to start on Wednesday, so don't worry, there's nothing you're going to miss. We have some awesome people starting with I always get this wrong, DBCB Exotics. He's got such an awesome channel, so worth checking out. And then we have a zookeeper on Incredible Inverts. He's going to come on the Sunday. That's going to be absolutely amazing as well. His name is Phil Barber. You might have heard of him already. And we are nearly live. So I'm going to shut up for a minute.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey?
Can you hear me? All good?
Yeah, I'm just plugging
Okay,
in my headphones because I should have done that. There we go.
Okay, cool.
Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Picnic Table Ant Chat. We are at episode number 19 now, I believe. Tonight I have with me Chris from AntsRus. If you want to go ahead and buddy.
Yeah, I'm Chris. I'm the owner of AntsRus, business I've been running for about over 5 years now. So I'm sure people will be familiar with me. Hello, everyone. I think it's lagging a bit, no? What's going on? I think it's all just about me today. Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Feel free to just pop some questions my way and I'll try and answer them. No pressure, no pressure. LOL. Oh, wait.
Right. Hello, I am back. Hold. There we go. I'm back. Sorry, I apologize. I'm having really bad internet issues. It says it's optimizing it at the moment.
Okay, cool.
What a nightmare. Right, I think there is a slight lag. It will sort itself out when it finishes that. Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear Chris?
Yeah, I can definitely hear you.
Brilliant. Right, that's good enough. We can work with that. So I did hear you say, but for my own questions here. So when did you start ant keeping for yourself? And then when did you start the shop?
That's a very good question. I was probably like 6 or 7, really. I remember in my garden looking for ants as a child. I would keep them under my bed in containers.
Yeah.
One of my aunts once told me a story how they escaped one time and they were in like a plastic container and they escaped. That's what she remembers. To be honest, I don't remember much of that. But I do remember one time I kept Lacius Flavis.
Yeah.
Probably when I was about 10, 11. And I remember for the first time ever seeing Lacius Flavis, a worker, collect an egg from the queen. And
Nice.
that's one of the earliest memories I ever have of ant keeping and ants in general.
That's really cool. So a really long time you've been in it. Do you know what really sparked your interest to start with, or did you just always love it, you know?
To be honest, by trade, I'm a scientist. I've done biomedical science at university. I've always been interested in nature from such a young age, not just ants, but other insects really as well. So I would spend a lot of time in my garden, a lot of time observing insects, ants as well. And I used to like breed insects. So I would breed like ladybirds and spiders and read a lot of books about them and how they breed. But for me, probably ants was probably the hardest to keep. So it probably interested me the most because I could never really get a colony going. I didn't fully understand them until I had to read more about them, because obviously access to the internet wasn't as crazy as popular it is now when I was a lot younger. Do we have another lag? I mean, beetles and ants escaping are two different things now. It's pretty cool. Anyone else have any crazy stories? I think Tom's optimizing his stream, but you guys can just shoot me any questions you guys have and I'll be happy to answer. Looks like I'm solo once more. Does anyone want to hit me with any questions? Well, that's a good question, Ant Ramblings, in terms of ants that I keep. Obviously, because I run a shop, I probably have over 5,000 colonies, which is a lot. I did actually rest off. Yeah, that will be dispatched on Monday. How many species under one roof? Probably everything that's in the store at the moment. So it'll probably be like 20 plus at the moment. It's a good question again. Go on. Yeah, I'm just keeping them entertained while
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Right,
okay,
but we are back now on a brand new internet connection, fully optimized. I'm almost crying here. It is that bad. It had to be tonight or all night. So it always is, isn't it? Right. What have I missed? Let's go back.
I've been trying to answer some questions in the private chat.
Perfect. So what have we got through?
So the last one is ant ramblings. I think it's what my favorite species are.
Yeah, perfect.
That's quite a good question. From a European species, I think Mesobarbarus and Camponotus curentatus, because of the polymorphism, like the diversity within the worker castes, which I really like. And in terms of exotics, probably the coolest species I've ever kept is Marma ecostus mexicanus, which are the honeypot ants.
Yeah.
Which they're really amazing.
Yeah.
I am based in the UK. I'm based in London. Yeah.
Just catching it all up to it. Okay. So how many ant colonies do you own yourself?
I don't actually have any colonies currently because, but I have about 5,000 colonies that I take care of. So it's a full-time hard job, really. So that's how many I have. In the back. Yeah. It's just constant. My life is a lot of probably 10% posting orders, 90% changing test tubes and feeding ants. And yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask lots of questions about that later on in the stream, but we'll ask them now because we're talking about it. So do you change the test tubes yourself? Is that like
So
keep an eye on it?
I'm a bit OCD when it comes to those things. Sometimes I get my partner to do some of the work, but I prefer to do all that work. Like, I'm happy to get my hands dirty in that sense, you know, because I think it's important for me, and like in terms of quality control and making sure they come well presented and they're very healthy. So I'm quite conscious of that.
Yeah, that's fair. Do you have like a procedure that you follow before you send them out? Do you like put them in a new tube, then feed them, or what do you do?
Yeah, so say if we get exotics that come in, I would quarantine them. I would need to keep them at probably room temperature, so they acclimatize, and then I'll put them in a temperature heated environment. From there, before I dispatch them 24 hours, I would at least keep them at room temperature, for example. Yeah, basically in terms of that, and then obviously before dispatch of those ants, they'll be 24 hours at room temp before they go out.
Yeah, that's fair. So you say you get your partner involved as well. Does she help care? Like, because obviously feeding's a full-time job as well. If you've got like thousands of colonies.
Yeah. She does help with the feeding, but usually like I have everything in my head. Like, I have it on rotation. So like I'll be feeding every day for a couple of hours a day, and then I'll rotate, do another couple of hours. So so everything's on rotation.
So it's a lot of work. It's a full-time job then, isn't it? It is full-time.
For me, the whole business is full-time. It's been full-time for me for about 5 years now. So I've only grown the collection, you know, and I've only stocked more ants over time and kept more for longer.
Have you got any interesting stories to tell us? Like anything crazy?
Yeah, I guess so. Probably at very beginning when I started selling exotics and keeping them, I've probably been stung by probably every ant that I've ever had that has stung me. Probably the worst for me is being stung by Diacama rugosa.
Yeah,
like, it's painful. It's like a wasp sting. It's crazy. So I was a bit scared of them. So I always try to keep my distance and never get too close, so they can sting me. But like them and Harpagnophos venator, I've been stung by fire ants like Solenopsis invicta, Mamba rubra. So I don't know. Maybe I have a bit of an immunity for being stung, but yeah, I think over time it hurts less. Probably.
Yeah, I think you just get on with it more, don't you? I get stung all the time. I don't even notice it now.
Yeah. But Diacama rugosa are the ones you want to watch out for.
Yeah, definitely. You see, I want the proper bullet ants, but if you get stung by them, you know about it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I will get them one day. There's a few species like that I plan to get one day, but
it's something we're actually looking to stock. Our bullet ants is something I'm working on. Actually, so it's a project in the bag. Yeah.
If you do get them, you let me know, and I'll have a colony straight away. Away.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No experimenting.
No, of course. But this is like,
hey, how's it going, guys?
One of my dream species, definitely. Yeah, we've got loads of people in the chat at the moment. I am everyone who's putting questions in, I am putting them in to come back to in a minute, because we've got loads of questions that I want to work through first, but we will come back to all your questions. Welcome everybody, and welcome all the new faces that I've never met before. So hello,
I'm more than happy to answer like pretty much every question at the end anyway, so try not to worry too much.
Yeah, we'll be here for ages. Be it all night if it takes it. Nah, it's good. We like that. You know, we like that. I'm here most nights anyways, all night. I love it. Right, so we've done that. I'm just crossing things off. Have you got like an overall goal or message that comes with your ant shop?
Yeah, for me, like I think when I first purchased ants, I purchased from a big company in Germany. I didn't like the condition they arrived in to me, and the postage was very expensive. And I guess that kind of kick-started my interest in saying, okay, there is a market for selling ants, but what would I like to be? What sort of company would I like to be, and how I would like to portray myself to others? And I think the element of our business is about customer service. I think that's the most important part. and it's putting ants on the map, really, which we've helped change the, if you like, especially in the UK, is the whole myrmecology, and like putting ants on a map, getting people interested in ants would have never been able to access them. Like it was only by chance that I could access ants by being curious. But obviously not everyone has that opportunity, especially people that grow up in cities and urban areas, you know, and like giving them more access to nature and having nature in front of them so they can appreciate it.
That's incredible. Yeah, I like that a lot. I've always been really lucky to grow up in quite not urbanized. What's the word? I don't know. Unurbanized areas, you know. Grass areas. I grew up on Dartmoor and things like that, so I was really lucky, and I've always had that interest for what's going on the ground, and you know. But like you say, a lot of people don't get that opportunity to even go out into grass areas or see insects. I know some people have never even seen a real life cow. How mad is that?
Yeah. It's true. It's sad, but it's true. And also, like, I'm in London. A lot of people, I'm fortunate I live in a house, but a lot of people live in flats.
Yeah.
And they don't have access to a garden. They can't access nature.
Yeah. It is a real shame. So yeah, I think being able to send it into the household, that makes a massive difference, doesn't it? So the next question is quite a difficult one for you, to be honest. What is your favorite types of proteins to feed to your founding colonies or colonies that you're looking after?
So my favorite types. So I give a lot of if I'm not doing protein shakes that I have, or I'm giving I like mealworms. Mealworms are quite convenient for me. So the diets consist of mostly honey water, mealworms, and some protein shake. So that's what I would feed all colonies here.
Cool. Do you ever find that some colonies, they just refuse all food?
There's some, when they come to me, I find maybe they're a bit more stressed, so they wouldn't be up for eating, maybe, I find. And some species are reluctant to eat, especially when they exotic ants, certain species, especially the smaller species. But generally, like say Theodore species, they tend to eat more protein-based foods. The same with Solenopsis invicta as well. They're not keen on honey water or something similar.
Yeah, that's fair. See, I've been talking to a couple of people, and they've got founding colonies that they've been trying with mealworms and things like that, and they just can't get any food down them at all. I've said just try and like change it up a little bit. Try maybe a waxworm or a fruit fly. You know, if you're struggling, just try and see what else they'll take.
But also, I think a lot of people underestimate with smaller colonies. They don't actually need that much food.
No, they don't. They don't need much at all.
And I see a lot of people putting a lot of food out for them, which they're not going to eat. It's just going to go moldy or attract mites. It's best to do the bare minimum. For most small colonies, like half a mealworm every couple of days is enough.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've heard a lot about power feeding lately, and I agree with power feeding at a point, but I think it's best done when they're out of that founding stage. They're still young. You got to give them that time to like use what's in their social stomachs and not just keep filling the colony up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's basically overfeeding the colony to try and boost growth.
Yeah. And like I said, I think it can work to a point. If you've got loads and loads of ants, then they're not overfull, if you know what I mean. There's still space, but I don't know. I don't do it with my colonies. I occasionally might do like extra feed or so during the week, but I try not to feed them too much. Try and stick to a regime like yourself. It just makes it easier, doesn't it? So do you prefer larger ants or small ants yourself?
I prefer larger, to be honest. I find I guess a lot more access to like species like Camponotus, which have a lot of color variations, which I do like and I do enjoy. And I have a thing for obviously polymorphism. It's the different size workers, which it's very interesting to me. So it's like sometimes when I go on holiday to Spain, I would observe like Camponotus cruentatus, and like Mesobarbarus and other species. I think I observed Camponotus cruentatus in Spain before I actually stocked them, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. It looks amazing. How do I get this? Where is it from?
Yeah, they are really beautiful ants, actually. Really beautiful. That colony I've got is stunning. And actually, they've been like where I've had Campanotus before, they've always been quite slow. They're not like holding back. They come out on a daily basis. They're feeding. You know, they're doing their thing that I'd expect them to do. Yeah, I'm really excited about them.
Yeah, because the distribution is like sometimes North Africa, around those areas, and South Spain, so that the climate is quite warm.
Yeah, I've got them in quite a warm area of the ant shelf, and it is quite warm at the minute. Like I think it's 26 degrees in here, which is quite warm for me.
Yeah, after yesterday it was a bit cold, no, with the storm.
Yeah, it's been freezing lately outside, and then it's weird because it'll warm up for like a couple of hours in the middle of the day, be too hot in the sun, and then it just drops freezing cold again.
Yeah.
But that is just what it is, and I think it's playing havoc with the insects. I keep saying it, like I'm sure my ant colonies have started getting more active earlier, and yeah, I just think it's playing havoc with the insects and the plant life as well.
Yeah, probably also with like autumn will end earlier, and like if I guess everyone could go back to summer this year with the nocturnal flights.
Yeah.
Regards to usually we would have like a few big flights, but we had a lot of mini flights. And
yeah,
that's
we had
heavily influenced by climate change, and we're getting the very hot temperatures or the very wet weather, and it makes it difficult for the ants to have those nocturnal flights.
Yeah, we did have like it was almost continuous, wasn't it? From early May, I think. I don't know. I can't even remember, but it just was non-stop last year. I had to stop myself because after the first one, I went nuts, and then it happened again. I was like, "Oh, I want to go again." And then I was walking, like I was in Southampton, like a completely different place to where I normally am. I was walking about. I was like, "Oh, there's ants everywhere." Oh yeah, I had to stop myself so much. I'm a nightmare for it. The thing is, I ended up with like 19 colonies of Lacius Niger. It's like, whoops. But I found homes for them.
That's
you know,
good.
people,
That's good.
yeah.
That's good. It's good to get as many people interested in ants as you can.
Yeah, that's it. Like I even put out a post that said, if anyone local to me wants to learn how to catch some ants, today's the day, and I'll take you out and we'll go catch some ants. You know,
that's cool.
Get
Really
as
cool.
many people into it as we can, and you know, kids love that sort of thing.
Of course.
Yeah. So do you have any other hobbies or other pets?
Hobbies, yeah. Let's start with that. So I like to play video games in my spare time. I'm quite a competitive Call of Duty Warzone player. I'm quite good. I also do a lot of exercise. So I probably exercise about 3 times a week. So today I just did a 7K run this afternoon. So yeah, so I'm quite into fitness. And I like to play like sports as well, like badminton, football is quite my thing as well.
That's pretty cool. That is actually really cool. So what about pets? Do you have any other pets?
Well, at the moment I don't. It's all ants. I had a dog a few years ago, but she passed away, unfortunately. But then I haven't got but maybe in a couple of years' time, when I'm finished the whole expansion of the ant business, then I'll consider getting more pets.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So what you would say, in your opinion, the most dangerous ant species you've ever kept? Dangerous, most painful, whatever you want to go about that.
Dangerous. Probably Solenopsis invicta for sure. For sure. In terms of like if you look at the geographical distribution of them and their invasiveness, I would say they're one of the most dangerous ant species on the world. Probably also yellow crazy ants. They're quite also pharaoh ants as well. They can be quite dangerous if they escape in your household. They can easily become pests.
Yeah, definitely. My Polyrhacus dives have escaped many times. The wife doesn't like it. I don't mind too much because they don't do a lot. They get to the top of the tank and then they don't want to go. Well, to be honest, tonight they might because it's warm, but normally it's so cold in here they don't leave the top of the tank.
So they just stay in a warm area there. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's normally if like the pump stopped working in the tank and it floods the substrate a bit, so they just evacuate.
Yeah,
which is fair enough. And like I've left the wire so that they can do that when they really want to. You know, it's like a show to me that I need to sort out the tank.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, with them, obviously, people, the formic acid from them as well
Yeah.
is obviously you'll smell that a lot as well.
Yes. Yeah, you do smell it. I mean, I've never noticed them, like, Formica can really spray it, can't they? I've never noticed my dives be able to spray it. They more kind of smear it on things.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree. I agree. But you can definitely notice from the
yeah,
smell. The smell is
yeah,
very distinctive. It's like a
yeah.
vinegary smell.
Yeah, it's in the back of the throat, isn't it? You
Mm.
definitely smell it and feel it, taste it. But it's one of the things we love about ants. um, have you got anything exciting coming to the store? You said that massive expansion. What's in the plans?
So yeah, so in the plans is I'm currently in the process of doing a house renovation. So I'm just kind of doing that at the moment. So a workshop is the plan to start
Nice.
making nests, and yeah, that's the end goal. So that's in the plan for the start of spring/summer. So I've just in my head I got all the plans, and I just need to get some guys in to start building really. And
Brilliant,
that's
brilliant.
yeah, so that's it. And I'll start manufacturing the nests as
Are
well.
they
And
going to be
accessories.
3D printed or that white
Uh,
stuff, or what
I
are you
don't want
going
to
to go
give
for?
too much information away
Worth a
for
try.
potential competition.
Yeah, yeah, of
But
course.
I have like a lot of ideas, so it will be I would say it will be hybrid
Yeah.
combination. That's all I can
Cool.
give you for now.
That's all we need.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all we
yeah,
need. Yeah, no, that's really cool actually. So you'll be able to get your ants and your nests in one place.
yeah.
Really
Exactly.
handy.
That's the game plan.
Do you have like a premises at the minute? You said you're building a workshop. Where do you work out of? Is it just your house?
So yeah, I just work in my living room and in my bedroom, which is half an office really. So my aim is to have actually an office in my garden, which will be quite big, probably like 4 meters by 3 meters.
Okay,
And
yeah,
then I
decent.
would probably yeah, everything will be going from there.
Nice. So you'll actually have a set premises to work from. Is there anyone else as part of your team? You and your partner?
So she occasionally does the work, but it's been me. It's been me full time. So yeah, that's it. That's all I need really, because
Yeah.
I work really hard. So and I'm very efficient.
No, that's the main thing. I think everyone in the chat has already said that you're always really good. Your packaging's amazing. Your customer service is great. And so
Yeah,
on
and
and so
I
forth.
always
Yeah.
like to be responsive. Like I respond probably 7 days a week to
Yeah.
messages. Like I don't leave messages for days to get back to people because I would know how it will feel if the same thing happened to me, So I don't
Yeah.
like to do that to other people.
Yeah, definitely. The amount of times like I'm sat there panicking, like, oh, I need help. You know what I mean? And send a quick message and actually get a response the same day, even like quick, makes a massive difference. Otherwise, you can end up doing some stupid mistakes. I tell you that.
Yeah, of course. And people, obviously, it's ant keeping's a learning process. It's a learning curve, right? And like I make mistakes. I've made mistakes, and everyone has.
Yeah, we all make mistakes. I say we're all students, and no one's a master of this. Definitely.
Of course. But I think it's important within the ant keeping community to share knowledge. So sometimes I get emails from people, I observed this behavior. What do you think? And stuff like that. I'll give you an example, which was quite interesting. A customer messaged me and he was like, oh, diacamas seem to be herding crickets. I'm like, what do you mean? And then so they sent me a video and they seem to have kept the crickets in the one area of the nest, but they haven't attacked them. And they haven't eaten them, which I found really weird. And it was just a weird observation of behavior. But maybe they were actually just keeping them alive because obviously if they kill them, it starts to decompose.
Yeah, yeah. One thing I did notice about diacama as well is I don't think they've got very large social stomachs. They don't eat it there. They'll process stuff and take it straight back to the nest or take the whole carcass back.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think they've got very much social stomach.
Yeah, they're quite primitive in terms of other species. In the way they look, the way they breed is very primitive.
Yeah, I love that word for them because I completely agree. They are a very primitive ant. They look like dinosaur ants, don't they?
Yeah, of course.
They are old school, not all this newfangled ants. So is there anything that you feel is missing from the hobby?
Missing from the hobby. In what sense?
Well,
What?
I always say the connectivity between people. There's not enough stuff where we're meeting. There's this AntCon coming up.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good
Yeah.
point. I agree. Like there's no host for an event for ant keepers to meet up, and obviously we have technology which changes our interactions with people. But I think it would be good to actually meet up, and like maybe it's something we can look at doing. Is like hosting an event.
Yeah. I mean, Antics is doing the AntCon with Wakushi, and that's going to be a really good event. And
cool.
there is other things in the plan. I've spoken to a few people now which are planning different things, so I'll cue you in on that later.
Awesome.
I can't say it on stream.
Awesome.
I'll get in so much trouble. But
fair enough.
It's one thing I've always thought is the connectivity isn't there. I mean, we've got these live streams. The whole reason I started these live streams is to basically give people the chance to chat for hours and hours with other ant keepers, and it works quite well, I think.
Yeah, like I would be happy to go to an ant convention and just to meet people and answer questions. Like it's not a big deal. And like I like to help the community in any way I can, really, because it's obviously you guys as a whole that support me to do pretty much a dream job. So I'm always happy to give back.
Yeah, definitely. That's what it's all about. I'm hoping I'm going to fill a few of those gaps with my ant website, which gets released very soon as well. Just like that connectivity and like a resource, a place to go to like find that information that's just not out there yet, you know?
Yeah, of course. And I feel like obviously with the connectivity with the Facebook groups and stuff like that, we've also managed to be like citizens of science, really, in which we look at ants that haven't really been studied that much and we analyze their behavior in captivity, and which is amazing because obviously some scientists don't actually fully understand these species, and we have better understandings by observing them in captivity.
Yeah, and I think some of the ant keepers I know definitely sit there and watch an ant, like their own ants, longer than some of the scientists will get paid.
Yeah, of course.
They're sat there 24/7, some of them.
Of course.
I've got a question. The web launches in about 2 or 3 weeks. I'll just quickly say that one. So what is your most sold ant? What do you sell the most of?
Probably Lacius Niger is the most sold ant, which would probably be obvious. And probably then Mess or Barbers, which are two quite popular species, and Lacius Flavis. Those are probably the top three. Yeah,
that's fair. I mean, they're the like standard three to go for, aren't they, really?
Yeah. They're the go-to. And then usually once you get started on them, it's like the gateway drug. And then before you know it, you got 20 colonies.
32. But yeah. We've got I will show some ants at the end of the interview, Darth Vader. So is there anything that you don't like to sell? You sold Solenopsis. Is there anything that you don't like to sell?
Sometimes we do get stock that's not the greatest quality, so sometimes it comes in and it's not in the best condition, so obviously I don't sell it. I can't sell it. So those are the things that generally I just don't sell, and I just keep them back and look after them and see if they progress, and then I might put them on the website, I might not. That's just how it is.
That's fair enough. Do you ship to the EU?
Yes I do. So we use a TNT Express service. There's been a few issues recently with Spanish customs trying to put import taxes on, but everywhere else is fine. It's all about, because we left the EU, Brexit, everything's about tax and everything.
Yeah, that was one of the reasons we got asked to ask you, actually, is because of all the difficulties going on between it. Some people aren't now shipping either way.
So I am shipping to the EU. Like, there has been a few teething problems with Spain in particular, which I managed to sort out with my clients, and I was there to help them. Brilliant. And that was fixed this week, actually. It was 2 orders, but the rest were fine.
Good. So tell us about your environmental pledge.
So I'm big on the environment. Obviously, my background is science, and I'm a scientist by trade. I think it's important that as a community, we try and do as much as we can to reduce our carbon footprint.
Yeah.
So in terms of packaging, I try to minimalize it, make it as recyclable as possible. Because obviously you can stick a ton of leaflets, stick a ton of stuff inside a box, but at the end of the day, it's excess and it's a waste of packaging and it's not great for the environment. So I try to streamline that process and I try to use as much recycled material as I can, which is very important.
Yeah, that's really good. And is it biodegradable and it breaks down?
Yeah, so I use biodegradable bubble wrap, which is amazing. So it will break down in a couple of months if left in landfill.
Wow, that is cool, because I heard some stuff like that ends up in the ocean and stuff like that. So being able to break down properly makes a big difference.
Yeah, because obviously packaging is a massive problem with the environment, you know, and especially plastic packaging.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of plastic. I mean, plastic doesn't break down properly. It's a nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah, it could last for hundreds of years, really, hundreds of years.
Yeah, and it's not good. Like, I've been doing a lot of research into the oceans lately, and it's just not good for the oceans at all.
Yeah, mostly in regards to the oceans, a lot of it is actually ghost nets, a lot of fishing nets.
Which there's a lot of that,
80%. But obviously, people don't want to talk about that for various political reasons. But yeah,
we won't go into that on here then. Of course. Is there anything that you regret since you've set up your business? Anything that you thought, oh, I wish I'd done that sooner, or I wish I hadn't done that quite that way?
Yeah, probably. I moved to Spain. I tried to run my business from there.
Yeah.
It didn't work out, so I had to come back, and I had to run my business. I was going to expand into Spain, and it just didn't work out. And then I had to come back and go back and start from square one, really.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and that was probably one of my biggest regrets, but I wouldn't say it was a regret because I still learned from it. I still learned from that experience. Like, obviously we will make mistakes. We're only human. And I think a part of being a human is making those mistakes and learning from them.
Yeah, definitely. I make mistakes all the time, constantly making mistakes. As everyone on my channel knows, I'm just always dropping stuff, or I can't even talk properly sometimes.
Or your stream lags out and I have to carry it for you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm getting that sorted.
All right. I'll hold you to that.
Have you got any advice for new ant keepers?
I would say do research. You have access to the internet, you have Facebook groups, you have a lot of content that you can access. Like, for example, on my website, care sheets are free. They're available to everyone, even if you don't purchase anything from the site. Do a lot of research before you buy ants. They're not difficult to keep, but however, getting a good nest, getting from reliable suppliers, and getting and knowing how to look after them beforehand makes a big difference. Yeah,
no, it really does. I spend so long researching everything before I finally make a decision. Like, I get so many ideas, it would be insane to act on everything straight away because I'd end up in deep shit.
And also, I just want to add, like, obviously queens can live over 20 years.
Yes.
Easy. So you have to bear that in mind, right?
Yeah, you got to pre-plan. Like I've said in the past, although I've got 32 ant colonies, I've pre-planned. I've got 2 shelves put to the side for every single ant colony that I've got. So even when they expand, I've still got enough room for them. Like, I've planned that from before I even buy them, you know. Yeah. Like you say, you've got to be prepared for that expansion.
Yeah. Also, one more thing as well. Yeah. I see sometimes people buy these expensive ants and they put them in a really cheap nest.
Yeah.
Like, I think obviously, like, the nest, you should accommodate the kind of species that you buy to the kind of nest that you want. Like, obviously certain species require more care, so it's good to invest in a good nest or build a good environment for them if you're going to spend that kind of money on an ant.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with you. I've definitely found that there's not one size fits all with ants. Every ant is kind of different. They thrive better in different environments, and it's something I've recently been doing is are seeing the ants which haven't done well over the last few months, or not done badly, but they're just not thriving in the way I want to. And I'm changing up their nests and seeing what they'd prefer and things like that. And a lot of them I'm just going to put in bioactive setups because I know I'm more confident in building that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and environment plays a massive role to the success of a colony.
Yeah.
So obviously we offered a 14-day guarantee of the European ants if kept in a test tube, because that environment's controlled by us. But once they're out of that environment, we don't have no control over that. And a lot of times for customers that colonies have failed is because they have taken them out of the environment. And usually they haven't gave them clear access to water or food. Those are the two things, because like humans, they can only survive about 3 days without water.
Yeah, it's one thing I've noticed actually is the water consumption for some colonies can be surprising. When they get to a large stage, they drink loads, you know.
Yeah,
and
of course.
If you're not constantly refilling that and keeping on top of it, like you say, they can just die.
Exactly.
Really fast.
They always need access to water. They could survive weeks without food potentially. But with water is essential.
Yeah, I think, like you say, that is one thing that is misunderstood. I think people overfeed, thinking they need to give more and more food,
of course.
when actually they can get away with that prolonged period without feeding, and it's probably beneficial because then when you do, they're hungry for it and want it.
Yeah, like obviously a lot of species, especially European, they hibernate, right?
Yeah.
So they won't eat through that period of time. Yeah. And so as long as they have access to water, they'll survive.
Yeah, which is pretty impressive, really. I couldn't go that long without food.
I mean, probably none of us can, right?
Well, I know a few people which just they sit at a game and I swear they don't eat for weeks. They just drink Monster and survive on that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So your care sheets, do you come up with them yourself? Do you?
Yeah, so everything's written by me. I do spend a lot of time doing research and adding on from feedback that I get from customers as well. So a lot of that helps in terms of preparing the care sheets and improving them.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, your care sheets are always great. They're second to none. And like you say, you've got loads of them and they're just readily available on your website.
Yeah, for everyone to access, which is great. This is part of my giving back process, right? Just to give people access to information they can use for any colony, whether they're bought from me or not.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. It's brilliant. Are you planning on getting any new ants? Anything that you want to release or tell us about?
So yeah, probably in about like we had exotics in recently, but they sold out so quick, pretty much. Everyone keeps asking me about exotic ants at the moment. So yeah, we'll be back with them in about 6 to 8 weeks. Obviously, in regards to winter, it's obviously quite cold now, so we're going to wait. Yeah. And probably 6 to 8 weeks, we'll have some more exotic ants for everyone.
Yeah, brilliant. That's what we wanted to hear. Right, let's start to work our way through some of these questions that I've put to the side. What ants do you recommend for a child who is under 10?
I would say Lacius Niger would be the one that I would recommend. Yeah,
definitely. I've got my middle daughter has a colony of Lacius Niger, and she does really, really well with them.
Yeah, they're very versatile and very resilient.
Yeah. She is going to move on to Barber, I think we agreed on next. But
an amazing species. One of my favorites.
Yeah, again, she wants to move on to that slightly harder species. I say they are slightly harder because they are quite sensitive, can be quite slow in the founding stage. You know, she wants to move
they are.
Slightly.
I think once you get them to their first workers, especially past 5 or 10, then they're good from there, really. It's just the founding stage is really hard for that species.
Yeah, definitely. I found the same. I had a queen and it was at least 6 or 8 months in the cupboard before she did anything. And then she had one worker. The second one appeared like 2 days later.
Yeah.
I gave them some seeds and I put them back in the cupboard for a couple of weeks. Looked again and there was like 30 workers. And it was,
wow.
Yeah, job's done. Put them onto a little outworld thing. It was good. we've got a question from Risaf. Chris, did you get an order?
Yeah,
for
I
the
did, and
deleted
that will
chat?
be sent out Monday. Yeah, I got back to him. Yeah.
There you go. Hide that one. How many ants do you keep? Ant Ramblings asked that.
So I probably have over
yeah.
about 5,000 colonies, really. So yeah, it's a lot.
More than me. I need
Yeah, a lot
5,000.
more than everyone probably.
Yeah. Do you ever feel scared at all when it comes to having insects in your house or picking them up?
No, I don't. For me, they rarely bite me, they rarely sting me, and I'm just so used to it. It's just second nature to me.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've got scorpions and all sorts, and my scorpion gets about an inch, about that far away from the top of his tank, and he can't quite reach out, but we'll see if he gets out one day. But it'll be great fun. We'll see. The
What,
wife doesn't like
for
it.
the sting or the claws?
Well, yeah. To be honest, they're not aggressive unless you're a threat to them. So
Okay.
if you don't try and like pick it up from the front, the best thing to do
Probably a
with
tail, no?
no, you don't even
No?
try and pick it up.
Really?
Right, so you get like a bucket and hold
Yeah.
it behind the scorpion, right, and then with your tweezers, kind of push.
Prod it along.
Yeah, and it will walk backwards as a defensive thing, and it will walk
Okay.
backwards into the bucket or whatever you've got there. And it's actually a really easy, painless way of moving them, because I am planning on doing another bioactive setup soon and moving the scorpion into that one and out of his massive tank, because he's got a massive tank and he comes out like once a fortnight at midnight.
Oh, so okay, to feed probably, no?
Yeah, exactly, which is fine. Like, he came out last night and I was stood there from 1 a.m. till nearly 3 a.m. waiting to get a proper video of him, and then he just went straight back in his burrow.
Did he get to eat or no?
No, he didn't even bother eating the roaches I threw in.
Oh, wow.
It was ridiculous.
Maybe he's lonely. Maybe he needs a female.
We all need a female. yeah, quite possibly. But I think like, he's got a massive tank and he's not doing badly, but I think a different environment might do him a bit better and might see him a bit more. If not, I won't see him more, but he'll enjoy the environment better, I think.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what it's all about for me, trying to find the best thing for them, make their life enriched.
You could just trial and error, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, this was the first time I had ever kept a scorpion, and the tank's good. And I thought, oh, it's a big tank. It's going to love the space. It's going to need all the space. But in actual fact, a lot of people I speak to keep them in much smaller containers than I've ever imagined myself doing.
What, for scorpions? Yeah, I've seen spiders kept in quite small containers as well.
Yeah. Spiders, scorpions. It's interesting because I'd always like to give them as much space as I possibly can, to roam about and do their thing, but you just don't need to, apparently. What have we got next? Just getting rid of all these questions. Right. Here we go. Do you find that sprayers, ones which spray formic acid, are more annoying than ones which sting?
No, I think stingers are the most annoying ones, to be honest. Because once they sting your hand, especially multiple times, it's a bit uncomfortable, at least for probably about 30 minutes, at least, maybe more.
Yeah. I find it gets really itchy as well. That's the thing.
Yeah, very itchy, red. But I think your body develops an immunity to it. So your first sting to the last thing is different. The reaction's slightly different.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty much used to most of my ants stinging me now. My polybacus don't ever try and spray me. They just bite at me, which is quite interesting. But
and they've got thorns on their thorax as well, which can trick you.
Yeah, they do. The beetles get bullied by them. Have you seen that before?
The beetles get bullied by what?
By the polybacus dives in my tank here. Sorry, that was so random, wasn't it? So like I say, they have the ability to kill the beetles straight up easily. but they don't. They just kind of bite at them and say, "Bugger off, get away." And I think that's pretty much what they do with me. Like they're not trying to kill me.
They just want their private time.
Yeah, they're literally just telling me to bugger off. So we've got millions of questions here. How much do you sell ants? How much do you sell the ants for? Do you on sales? I can't make sense of that, Roger. If you want to reword that one, feel free. Does anyone keep ants as pets? That's an interesting question. Does anyone here keep ants as pets?
It's probably everyone, pretty much everyone in the chat.
Yeah, I think quite a few of us keep ants as pets. We've got a question here from Japan. How much mess are barbarous?
It depends on the colony size. So probably about at the moment, 5 to 10 workers are $14.99, I believe, and probably 1 to 5 or 1 to 4 workers are probably about $12.99, something like that.
Standard sort of price, isn't it? Yeah. Katie Newman has said ant merch would be good. Have you got much ant merch, or do you just sell ants? I know there is other products as well.
Yeah, like obviously we have accessories. In terms of ant merch, I don't know. It seems a bit cliche to me.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's what I feel.
You are right. I will admit there is merch coming from the ants or ants on the rock.
But you're a streamer.
It's a bit different.
Like it's different. It's different.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
I think from a shop, it's a bit. I don't know how big is my ego. You know, like I don't know. It's just, it seems silly.
So my ego is massive, so that's fine. I do what I want.
I let you off because you're a streamer. You're not a shop. It's different.
Yeah, that's it. What's the 3 main things you do with the ants?
So me personally, obviously, feeding, taking care of them. I like to observe their behavior as well. So by observing, once I get new species in, new colonies, I can observe them and I can know how best to care for them as well by those observations, like their diet, for example. Like I know certain species prefer protein compared to like honey water and stuff like that, you know?
What would you say is the easiest ant to care for and why?
I would say Lacius Niger is the easiest to care for because they don't actually require that much feeding from the start. Obviously, they're fully claustral, so yeah, they're really easy to care for and they're really resilient.
Yeah, really, really easy. You can't really go wrong with them, I found. I'm just making sure I haven't missed any questions. Question for me there. Question for me. Your bio setups, are they specifically designed for ants or do you make them compatible with something like an aquarium? I'm a little bit confused by that, but I'm going to answer it the way I think I'm interpreting it. So my bioactive setups that I'm currently doing, I research what I'm going to get in them, what I've got in my mind, then I'll plan out the environment, then I'll research again if everything's going to work cohabiting together, and I do tons and tons of research before I do absolutely anything. But I can pretty much do anything. I have done aquariums in the past. I've got a few other things that I'm not gonna tell you because I'm not gonna
spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. They are big time spoilers as well. Like they're gonna blow everyone's minds. Just gonna be like, oh no, I didn't know I could do that. Like, it's not humanly possible. That sort of thing. But yeah. But yeah, so I can pretty much design anything. It's just the way I say it is you just got to do the research. You know, you could do it, I can do it, anyone can do it. You just got to put in the research first. All I did was, before I did my multi-species tank, I researched everything for about a year, even down to like the plants I was putting in it, how to make the substrate, like how different people made different ponds, things I didn't want to do, and you know, and I tried some really new innovative ideas with my pond that a lot of other people said that's not going to work. We've tried stuff like that. It's impossible. And I found a way to do it. So you just got to do research. You know what I mean? There's ways to do pretty much anything. Just going back down. So much chat. I'm just going to say another welcome to everybody.
Yeah, hello everyone that just joined.
Yeah, there's loads of people here. If you've got any more questions, please do feel free to chuck them out now. Have you got any, like, what's the word? I'll just put out the question there. I can't even talk. Can you die or get very sick from a sting?
Yeah, of course. It's quite common in America for people to get stung by Solenopsis invicta and have an anaphylactic shock.
Yeah.
So obviously it's just an allergic immunological reaction to the sting. Obviously it's rare, but there have been deaths associated with being stung from ants.
Yeah. And there is obviously the false ants, like cow killer ants and things like that. Yeah, but they're technically wasps, but I thought I'd still mention them because they can cause deaths in humans as well. We got asked a question a while back, if a fully unconscious, we're going to say dead body, whatever, landed on a big ant nest like Formica fusca or something like that, do you reckon they'd eat the whole body?
The whole body, probably not, but they'll probably have a go.
Yeah.
Probably be left maybe with bones if left long enough, maybe.
Yeah. So then you got to send in the isopods, and you got rid of it.
Well, I guess there is a whole nature's cleanup service, right? There's different stages of decay of all organisms. So everything, as long as it's in a wild environment, it will fully decay eventually.
Yeah. What would you say is an ant species that you have always wanted?
Probably for me, I would say honeypot ants, the Marmoticostus mexicanus was one. Leafcutter ants, which we have saw previously. Like those are the sort of ones that you see on David Attenborough, and you're like, wow, I want to keep them. You know, I've never seen them before. They look amazing. The way they interact with their environment is amazing, and their survival strategies.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't stretch out to those ones. I got the European honeypots strictly because they're just, like you say, they're so cool to like watch, and like they do different things, don't they?
Yeah, like the whole social stomach concept with those species is very cool. Like holding liquids for months. And it doesn't go wrong. Just to survive.
Yeah, it is cool. I mean, I did a video yesterday. Wow, I did it yesterday. That's my brain gone. And I did it live because I wanted to be there if anyone had any questions about what they do, and because they are such an interesting species. And I was trying to explain, they've got, like, my ones have the small workers and they have repletes, like you would expect. But they also have like miniature repletes, and they seem to be the ones which go and fill up on it and then go fill the repletes. And they're like halfway between, and it's really interesting. Like all the different casts.
That's amazing,
Yeah. And I didn't know that. I thought there was just like the two different casts, workers and repletes.
Of course,
There's definitely different stages of replete, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, I find like Theodore, I would say the soldiers tend to be like almost like repletes. Yeah. And they store the food, and the workers just go and find the food.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Have you got a favorite species to watch in the wild?
For me, from my personal experience, I would say probably Camponotus crurentatus. I remember going to Spain or watching Mesobarbarus. I also like to see Lacius Flavis just before nuptial flights, because they spend most of their lives underground and you only get to see them during that short period of time, which is really cool.
Yeah, you're right. I've got a huge Lacius Flavis in my garden. I can pretty much look over the computer and see it. You're right. You'll never see them until like those couple of weeks, and the nest just
Yeah,
explodes.
the mounds come out, right?
Yeah, and it's super cool. And I'm just like, no one go near that part of the garden, and it's right next to the steps as well. So it's like, you can't go up the garden. Just stay in the house. Stay in the house. And,
Do you have Lacius Niger there as well? Or
yeah, we've got.
yeah,
Believe it or not, they live literally next to each other, and they go
yeah,
over
yeah.
each
That's the
other's
same
nest.
for me in my garden. Sometimes they'll fight occasionally, but nothing really. Only during the nuptial flights.
Yeah, exactly. When they're sort of excited in the nest, yeah. Which, like all of us, when we get excited, we get a bit rowdy.
Yeah, of course, and obviously they occupy different habitats technically, right?
Yeah.
So they'll never fully come into contact with one another.
Yeah, which I've seen so many times that they cohabit to a point, but if you put them in a confined space, they will fight.
Yeah, and I've also observed in Spain, Mesobarbarus with Aphenogaster.
Oh wow, really?
So they'll walk around their trails, but they're too quick for them, so they'll run away before they get close.
Yeah,
I feel like they probably scavenge from them. I haven't confirmed it, but from what I've observed, that they're really close together, which is unusual.
There has been quite a few observations like that in the wild where like ants will sort of work together because there's no point in fighting. But it seems to be when there is that abundance of resources and no reason to fight,
Yeah, like obviously, I guess your project with Campanotus and Tomonothorax, which is like they all would occupy the same nests in the wild in some aspects.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's going to go well. It looks like it's going to go well. I would say the acorns are doing well and the campos are doing well. So putting them together, I'm hoping it's going to go well. I can't see any problem for it so far.
Yeah, due to the size variations, I don't think they will be a threat to one another.
Yeah, I've only seen the acorn ants 4 times now, but they have been coming out and feeding, and I can just about spot them in the whole natural environment that I've set up for them. It's quite difficult because like they're about the size of a twig,
Yeah, and they tend to clump together, right? They
Yeah, they do. Yeah, tiny little nest space. I think the springtails that are in that are actually the same size as the ants.
Really? Wow.
Close enough. They look close enough, So, like many pets, people may decide that they no longer keep their ants. Do you rehome them?
Yeah, like we've worked on a few rehoming projects. We've also, if anyone can't take care of them, they just contact me and I make arrangements for them to rehouse their ants and rehome them. I think that's important that if people can no longer care for them and the rehousing is an option, which you just reach out to the seller that sold you them and they should be able to accommodate you. Or if you can't find an alternative housing for them.
I think you're right there. Like there should always be that service with every ant shop, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And also the aftercare, right? For people, like I'm always there. Like once you buy a colony from me, that's it for life. You can just message me and I'll help you. I've even helped other people that have bought from other shops and they haven't had bad service. They've had bad service. Once it's sold, that's it. No aftercare. Just read the care sheet or whatever. And I've just filled in the blanks for them, just because I can.
Yeah. How long? Do you know how long ants live for on average? I know some live 20, 30 years. Queens we're talking about.
Yeah, workers can live months to years. So probably we're looking at probably 6 months to a year to up to like 5 years. But obviously in the wild, the conditions are completely different. Also, Nantics. Their life expectancy is a lot shorter than the next generation of workers. Yeah. So there is huge variation.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I don't know, some of the workers I've had have had like weeks, if not just a couple of months, and that's their life. It can be really fast. I think it can depend on like the size of the ant and things like that.
Yeah, probably.
I might be wrong.
Yeah, it actually would be. So smaller ants would live shorter lives. So
Yeah.
there was I think a research paper that looked into this. So obviously there's less input in terms of energy into a small ant, but in
Yeah.
terms of a bigger ant, there's a lot of energy input. So in evolution, they would the bigger ants would live longer on average than the smaller ants. So like a Camponotus crurentatus worker would live longer than, say, a Theodore nodo worker.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you do if an ant dies inside of your test tube?
So usually I would say extract the ant with some tweezers and get it out of there. Really, that will be the best thing you can do.
Yeah, I'd completely agree. And would you do the same when it's in a full nest? Do you have any different procedure?
Yeah, I would say using tweezers to extract the ants will be a good thing. Like you want to minimize any potential disease and also mites, which is a big problem, which can be for a lot of ant keepers.
Yeah. So how long do you leave protein in, like after you fed them?
So probably I feed my ants, say, every certain species every 2 to 3 days. So I'll remove it probably on the 4th day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So probably fair. 24 to 48 hours, if that.
Yeah, I tend to go about 48 hours, just to be on the safe side. But to be fair, most of my big bioactive ones, I just chuck it in and I don't have to think about it again because
it just naturally decays, right?
Yeah,
but whereas exactly. It's in a test tube, it's a different environment.
Yeah. All of my what I call man-made environments, I have to keep clean.
Of course.
Darth Vader, what would you say is the hardest thing about looking after ants? Great customer service, by the way.
Thank you for your kind words, Darth Vader. I'm a big Star Wars fan myself.
Yeah, we all are. Quite often we go on to Star Wars and we're here for like hours just talking about Star Wars.
Oh, so really?
Don't start.
What would I say? The hardest thing about looking after ants is probably feeding and cleaning. Because ants can be quite messy. Once they have the first few workers, they tend to be very messy, especially like the smaller species. I find they're quite messy.
I was going to say, do you find some species are worse than others?
Tend to be smaller species. I would say they're quite messy.
Yeah, I found Barber as well. Can just they stick stuff everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, like they destroy every settlement you put them in, and it's just
they're probably chew a lot, right? They probably chew.
They chew, they dig, they cause havoc. They're brilliant. They're great ants, but absolutely nightmares.
Considering they crush seeds, you can expect it, right?
Yeah, that's another thing with Nikos. They just chew through absolutely everything. So many people get them and like put in a little plastic stopper or whatnot, turn around like
and eventually
overnight.
They're out. Yeah.
It doesn't even take long, literally overnight, couple of days, and they're gone. And it's like,
I feel like they're probably one of the best beginner exotics to keep, actually, I would say.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with you because they're so fast growing and they're quite hardy, really, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. For an exotic ant, I would say they're one of the best.
Yeah. So, do you recommend ants for children under 10? And if so, what is the reason behind it?
So I would probably yes, but with parental guidance.
Yeah.
So like I would recommend they're kept with parental guidance. I would recommend a non-stinging ant, a non-biting ant like Lacius Niger, Lacius Flavis, but with parental guidance and adult supervision.
Yeah, my 7-year-old has been looking after her colony of Lacius Niger since she was 6, but I pretty much do everything for her. She's just there and involved whilst I'm doing it. And she is starting to do a little bit more now. She's been watching me for a long time. She knows a lot about ants. She can sit here and stream with me. She knows so much. She's really good.
At the end of the day, they're a living insect, right?
Yeah.
So obviously you have to put their quality of life. They're a pet.
That's it.
So you have to put that first.
That's it. And I've got to that point with her now where I know her ethics are the same as mine. She knows enough, and I'm confident that she can do it. but I'll still be there going.
Just in
Do
case,
it
a
like
bit
this.
paranoid.
Yeah. You know what? I can't step
Yeah,
back from
yeah,
anything and just let her take over. But
yeah.
like you say, parental guidance and whatnot. But I think that's the best way to get into anything really, is with the guidance of someone that knows a little bit better, might have a bit more patience for it.
Yeah, and someone that can fully understand, read a care sheet, and
Yeah.
look at, and like feeding a standard animal is similar, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
it's that you got, like, would you buy them a pet rabbit? It's the same thing.
yeah.
Isn't
Oh,
it?
here's a dog. You look after
Yeah.
the dog. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, I wouldn't get her a dog. I wouldn't get her a dog. What is the difference between keeping Lacius Niger and Lacius Flavis?
I find personally, Lacius flavus can tend to be more docile than Lacius niger. So I find Lacius niger are quite more aggressive. Eventually, when Lacius flavus reaches a certain colony size, they tend to be up there with in terms of aggression. But I think generally Lacius flavus is a bit more docile than Lacius niger, for sure.
Yeah, I think one of the other differences is Flavis spend most of their life underground,
Yeah,
whereas
in the wild, yeah.
you'll see Niger a lot more like activity on the surface. If an ant escaped from a test tube, what do you do? How do you pick them up without killing them?
So there's two ways. If you're really good with tweezers, you can use tweezers, but you have to be really good.
Yeah, like
I've
ninja.
had a lot of practice, and I'm quite good actually of just doing that. But I would say your finger and your thumb, and gently pick them up just by the thorax if they're not polydives, and that way just gently. They have a strong exoskeleton. As long as you're gentle, you can just do that, and there will be no issues.
Yeah, the other way that I've done it is with cotton wool. Just
Yeah, that's a good idea.
just tap them with the cotton wool because they tend to stick to it, don't they?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it doesn't hurt them. Just going through, making sure if anyone has any last questions, please do chuck them in now. Just going through the chat, making sure I have caught everything. Okay, Katie Newman, what made you choose ants and not something like fish?
Because ants are social insects. They work together to complete their objective and their goals, which makes them a lot more interesting to observe. Because like us as humans, we work together to complete our various goals and objectives, which I think it makes it more interesting for observation.
Fair enough. Well, there you go. I'll answer it as well. I've had fish, and I sort of moved away from the fish and wanted to do something else and something a bit different. I've had fish, I've had ants, I've had lots of different things, but now I'm just starting to get more what I've always wanted, but never had the guts to keep. Before we go, what is the way that you get them to move from one test tube to another? Can you recommend someone a way?
So the best way, I guess, a lot of people wrap the test tube with some tape, put some light on the end of one side, which can encourage them, and put the other one in darkness. So obviously ants like dark and damp, right? So if they have a dark and damp environment, it should encourage them to move to the next test tube.
Yeah, it should do. What would you do if you're struggling? Have you ever get stuck? Lacius Niger?
Get ants stuck?
No, like they refuse to move.
They refuse to move. So maybe I would maybe put them in a container, and then I'll transfer them manually, I guess, if they're really stubborn.
Yeah, fair enough. We've got another one here from Ant Keeping a Macro World. Formica I can't that one. Yeah, you can all read it. It's on the screen. I can't pronounce it. You know that. Formica sangua colony in question, struggling to get them to eat much protein, despite now producing tons of food. Any other options I can give them? Chris knows the colony.
Okay, so the fact that they've got tons of brood means they're actually taking in protein. I would say for sure, I don't think it's a big issue as you think it is, but I would recommend maybe trying something like cooked chicken, cooked ham, or trying different insect-based protein. But the fact that they have tons of brood alone indicates to me they're getting protein, and I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah. They'll take it as they need it as well. They're not going to let their larvae starve. I think that is about all of the questions. After the end of the stream, I will be staying online for a little bit to carry on chatting. You're more than welcome to stay on, Chris, if you want, or you're more than welcome to leave.
Yeah, I'm happy to stay on for about another 10-15 minutes. We can do that.
Yeah, that's cool. And it kind of a bit more relaxed than all these questions. We'll just have a little chat and see what everyone's up to. We've got loads of people in the stream at the minute. So is there any last questions before we end the interview and just go more relaxed? I think I've worked through all of my questions. Have you heard about the Ant Keeping Awards?
No, I haven't.
No,
what is that?
That's something I'm starting.
Ooh. Oh, really?
Right,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
wow.
Did you see that I put out a survey?
I did see the survey. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Right. So that survey is to try and get in as many ant shops in as many countries as I can possibly get. And then the top first, second, and thirds will basically give me like their rating. So basically, I'll be able to put a database together of all the ant shops in all the different countries where people will be able to go, I'm from New Zealand, where should I go? Ding, da, ding, da, ding, there.
Wow, that's
But
amazing.
it also means that I'll have the first, second, and third top-rated ant sellers of as many countries as I can. So I thought, why not turn it into an award ceremony where I can do that? And there's other data being gathered as well. There's already other data out there. So I thought a big award ceremony, send everyone a little certificate or whatever.
Okay, that's pretty cool. And would it update live the data in terms of the input and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking like a once a year thing. But yeah, all the data will be
that's
kept,
that's a good idea.
All the data will be kept up to date so that it's as good as I can possibly give. So, like I say, if you come to the website, it's just for information, a place to say I've got this question.
I think probably there isn't enough of that. Actually, there isn't enough of like a feedback process that's more independent.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much what it would be. Like, if you've got an issue, if you've got a question, I'm there, I'm there to help. But I found that, like, because this is currently broadcasting to YouTube and Twitch, and it goes to Spotify. And I found there's so many people on so many different platforms, but quite often people just don't mix properly, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, within the platforms, probably.
Yeah. So I thought, like, if I just have a central website, we can all access the website, and everything that I can possibly imagine is going to be on there.
That's pretty amazing. That's a quite innovative idea, actually.
Thank you.
I look forward to it.
Thank you. But yeah, so the Ant Keeping Awards will be an annual thing. It will be international, and we'll be sending out certificates, and hopefully it will mean something, if you know what I mean. If you receive one of these awards, it's because you've been voted one of the best.
I think it's good to have that recognition, and it's good to have that transparency, because obviously some people unfortunately buy from certain suppliers and it goes wrong, and they just get a bad customer service experience, and trying to make sure they get it right the first time would be very important. Because at the end of the day, it's your money, people work for it, and they should try and get the best possible experience they can.
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, one of the things I'm trying to eliminate as well is the ant shops which are more scams. It will be a lot harder to scam if this information is out there.
I don't know if there's been any recently. Has there?
Yeah, there has been. Like, I talked to lots of people all over the place, and quite a lot of people routinely it happens. People
Wow.
go and get scammed, and there's fake websites set up, and people promised ants in different countries which just don't receive them. So I just want to help as many people as I can set up like
Well,
that.
that's quite sad, isn't it?
It is.
That's
It's
sad.
really, really sad. I mean, over in some of the Asian countries, they've got a real sort of black market for it. And you can order one ant species, end up with something else entirely, or just end up with nothing. And it's
Wow.
normally you pay cash up front, and there's no like live guarantee, no nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't like that. I think if we can,
Yeah,
like,
that's awful. I think in the UK we're a lot more protected. We have
Yeah.
a lot more shops than we had, say, 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, definitely. Now, America is a massive problem because they can't send ants between states and things like that. So again, I thought if I can list like places, or they can't even sell ants in the state, I think. But you
No,
know what I mean?
if they get a permit from a USDA,
Yeah,
they can.
yes,
Yeah,
that's it. So
it's
if we
just
can
not
get that
easy, but it can
information,
be. Yeah.
if we can start pointing people into the direction, then it just makes it a little bit easier, because I
Yeah,
know America,
by obviously
they
getting a
struggle.
database that can also make a better customer experience, probably better prices for them as well.
Yeah.
Which would be great.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm all about helping people, as we know. That's what it's all about. Just going through the chat. Lots and lots of people. Ants Canada. Yeah, Ants Canada does have a good system. He has the GAN farmers, doesn't he? But one thing I found about the GAN farmers is actually a lot of them aren't great.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
Like, then it's hard to explain. I don't want to put a bad name on it, because they're all like, a lot of them try hard, a lot of them do what they say they're going to do, but the standard is very mixed. Like I was saying, you might turn up to a guy in a car park or a back alley
Doing
and
a
he's had,
deal.
it's that
Cash
sort of
for
thing.
ants.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have contacted the GAN thing, and I've come up with there was some actual ant stores were on there, so fair enough. Ones I recognised, and there was other things that I was just like, this seems a bit dodgy. I'm not up for this. And you know what I mean? It's a good system.
I get that. Yeah, and like I would always recommend, if people can buy from shops that have a good reputation that people know about, like you asked, within the community. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And like I say, if I can get the people's word, we could say, the people's opinions on it. Oh, I'm moving. That's better. Yeah, if I can get other people's opinions on it, because it's not like self-promotion, me saying, oh, I
I think the best way is to ask the customers that actually buy the products and use their experience with having a website that's independent from the retailers, which I think is important.
Yeah, that's it, and that's what I'm aiming to be. I mean, I already do the review videos on other people's YouTube. Have you seen that?
The product reviews?
No, I don't do product reviews anymore, because everyone does product reviews, and I thought, well, I kind of don't want to do product reviews, because if I'm going to review a product, I want to use it for like a good 6 months to a year before I talk about it. I want to know the ins and outs of it. I now review other people's videos.
Oh wow!
Yeah, which is great fun. I
mean,
so
other people's product reviews. Is that it? Is that what you're doing?
Some of their reviews, it's more like their actual ant keeping videos.
Like, okay.
So I try and be nice.
Is there any conflict? Is there any conflict in no violence or?
No. I'm always nice about it.
Okay.
I was a little bit. Yeah. I was a little bit disappointed at the Ants Canada one, where he attached the 8 tubes to one Outworld.
Oh, for different ants. Was it or something?
Yeah. That was probably the only time I've really been like shocked and disappointed on screen. Apart from that, it's just been great fun, to be honest. It's been great fun to see how other people do it, share how I react and my thoughts on each video. I pause it and I'm like, I wouldn't do that, or it's quite cool. But I like to take the piss a bit as well. It's just a bit of fun.
I see that you're quite steamrolling with the whole YouTube thing, no? You're proper. You're really going for it now. which is good.
I am really enjoying it. Actually, I never thought I would enjoy it in the way that I do, but I enjoy the community. I enjoy the streaming. It's great fun. It is great fun, and it's one of my passions is talking about my ants. Like, so many people at the gym are like, "Stop talking about ants."
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if I'm not doing gym stuff, I'm doing ant stuff, basically.
So you're like the Ant-Man.
Well, believe it or not, before I was called Ants on the Rock, I very nearly chose the ant athlete.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, because obviously that's like what I do. Well, that's what I was doing full time before I started doing my ants and stuff. Literally, my life was
in my people know me as the Ant-Man. So
yeah, there you go.
Come meet the Ant-Man.
There you go. Do you tell everybody that you own an ant shop?
People ask. I'm like, it's good conversation starter. People are like, "Oh, so what do you do then?" And I'm like, "Guess." No one's ever guessed it. No one's ever guessed it. Yeah. I mean, one time I was at a party. I remember this guy. It was like a what was it? Halloween party.
Yeah.
This guy was so drunk. He came up to me and he was like, "So what do you do then?" And I replied, I was like, "I sell ants." He was like, "No, you effing don't." And he was talking to his friend. He was like, "Come here, come here, come here. This guy sells ants." And then she quickly dragged him away because he was making a scene. But
brilliant.
It really, it's a great conversation starter.
Yeah. No, I don't.
And
doubt
people
that.
are like, and the next follow-up question is like, well, what do people do with ants? Who keeps ants?
Yeah. Like, do many people do that? Like,
What? Why ants? What do they do with them? Pets. Like, what?
I get a lot of like the ones outside. Like, ants. The ones that crawl. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how ignorant people are. It's still quite a niche. It's still quite a niche hobby.
It is, and it's really weird, isn't it? Because it shouldn't be.
No, it really shouldn't. But we have come a long way. I think we've got a lot of people interested in ants, which we wouldn't expect to be interested in without. Obviously, there's more accessibility, especially in the UK now, which is I'm really happy about.
Yeah, I mean, Ants Canada has done massive things for the
hobby. He was huge influence in the hobby in general.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, we won't go into Ants Canada too much because he's a very touchy subject within the community, but I like his videos and I don't like his videos. I like what he does for the community, but then I also get annoyed with the fact he doesn't participate in the community as well. I'd love to get him in on this because, as you can see, we've got loads of people here chatting and they're all absolutely brilliant. And we don't ever hear from Ants Canada.
Yeah, like I think I've spoke to him like once about 5 or 6 years ago. But that's about it really. But But I think he does quite a lot of things, a lot of different things.
He's a very, very busy person. Like he does loads of different things. He's on telly and all sorts over there. But I have emailed him probably about 50,000 times about coming on the stream one day. But I'll never hear back. But like maybe if we really get thousands of subscribers in the future, he might come on. I don't know.
It's an opportunity for him. To be honest, you're probably the first guy to ask me to do an interview. To be honest.
Oh well.
So it's obviously quite surprising that I haven't been asked. So,
I mean,
like I'm happy to.
There's not massive amounts of people doing this sort of thing. There is a couple of other stream podcast sort of things, but I don't think there's not anyone which really wants to bring everyone together. I'm just going to get everyone on here.
Yeah, that's the way I think it should be because, like, obviously we are behind the scenes, but we're still human beings, right?
Yeah.
So you can get to meet us and to know us as people, and hopefully we can attend events where we can meet you guys and speak to you guys as well.
Yeah, and there is going to be more and more events coming.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've heard a lot of things from different people now that it's going to become bigger. The hobby's growing. I like the way the hobby is going because I started when I was. How old was I? I can't even remember. I was young. I was like 12 or something when I got my first ants. And the ant nest that I had then was crap. Like it was a toy, quite honestly, but that was what was sold back then. There wasn't really.
And that was the norm, wasn't it?
That's it. And now, like, and the information that came with it was like, just go dig up a queen and do this and do that, and you don't need to feed them. And it was just the worst information ever. I've got to find that booklet because I've got it somewhere.
Yeah, and there was like also probably just worker ants a lot of the time for a lot of people now.
Yeah, I only ever had workers because I never wanted to dig down and get the queen. But it was just like go out and catch some, stick them into a nest and watch them for 6 months, then do it again.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how I did my whole ant keeping career up until I started buying. Well, I got my first queen last November, I think. And that's how fast my ant keeping career has really taken off. But obviously I've researched, I've known like about ants for many years now, been keeping Lacius Niger in that one ant nest repetitively. But yeah, it's gone well. I've always loved it. It's been great fun. So many times, like when I was 18 and I got my first flat and everyone came round and we were gonna drink and have have a good
observe
night.
Some ants.
Yeah, well, no, that's it. Everyone came round and they were like, "What's this?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I have an ant farm." And they were like, "What do you mean you've got an?" I was like, "I've got my own flat now. You're going to see all my stuff. That's my ant farm. Don't go near it when you're drunk."
And how were they? How were they with that?
Yeah, they were all right actually. You'd be surprised. Like after a few drinks, they just sat there watching ants.
Wow. I think it can be quite therapeutic, actually.
It can be.
You just obviously just focus on them and observe their behavior and forget about all your problems almost, really.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I mean, I spent hours watching the ants. I'm going to swap it back to the multi-species tank in a minute because now it's not lagging. Everyone's going to want to see how many ants are kicking their butts of those waxworms. What would you both do for jobs if ants became extinct? This is going to be the last question, and then I'm going to let Chris go because I know he's got stuff
cool.
to do.
Probably, I would probably end up becoming a doctor. I would probably end up doing that.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I'm going to say I'd be an athlete because that's all I do.
Yeah.
I spend between
probably
3 to 5 hours.
Time,
yeah, 3 to 5 hours every day training for different stuff. I do strongman, boxing, and triathlon. So it takes up a lot of time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm happy for the invite. And don't forget, guys, to like and subscribe to Ants on a Rock. And I'm happy to be here. And thank you for everyone's time and for coming to the stream.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming on, Chris. We've really appreciated it, and we've appreciated being able to interrogate you deeply. Honestly, some of your answers have been really helpful and really great. We've thrown loads of questions at you. Yeah, you've been amazing. It's been great having you on and great fun. You're more than welcome to come on again soon. We do have a open mic night on the 16th of January.
Cool.
So February.
Yeah, just give me a heads up. Just drop me a message.
Yeah, so you're more than welcome to join me on that. And I shall let you go if you want to say a quick goodbye.
Thanks for everyone for joining. Goodbye, especially Dino and also Necrolord. See you later, guys. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. See you later, buddy. And there we go. That is Chris from AntsRus. Give me 2 seconds. Thank you all for being so supportive. Give me 2 seconds. 30 seconds. I'm going to do the 30-second countdown now. Here we go. Right, I got bored of watching that. Here we go. We're back on the ants. There is a lot of ants eating at the moment. Quite interesting. We've got 29 people in the chat. That is literally the most I've ever had in one go. Welcome, everybody. Hello. Send me a message. I'll give you a little shout out. We got Ants England, Darth Vader, Nathan, Ant Ramblin, Judith, Necrolord, Dean, Katie Newman, Nathan, I'm probably going to say names twice, Ben Newman, Ant Keeping Macro World, Wakushi and Antics, literally so many people I can't even name you all. Thank you so much for coming into the chat tonight. It's been absolutely amazing. I'm going to be here for quite a little while longer. We might even have a duck race or two if you fancy it. If you missed that the other night, it was pretty fun, actually. We were just sat here and we decided to have a duck race. We all chose a number. It meant absolutely nothing. We're not going to put any prizes in, but we all chose a number and it was great fun. So we might well do that in a minute. I'm glad you all enjoyed that interview. I hope I got everyone's questions answered that you wanted to get answers to. I do my best for you, as you know. As you're all here, don't forget we do have season 2 of the picnic table starting on Wednesday. It's not going to change. We got different artwork. We got slightly new overlays for the streams and stuff like that, but the streams aren't going to change. We have some amazing people lined up for you. On Wednesday, we have DBCB Exotics. If you haven't heard of his channel, you need to check it out. He has like dragons and tegus and parrots and all sorts of cool stuff. He does not have ants, so it's a little bit different again, but the stuff that he has got is so cool and so interesting. I wanted to get him on the stream. He's such a cool guy as well. His whole demeanor is amazing. You're going to love him. If you haven't seen him already, check him out. Sunday, so 1 week from now, we have Phil Barber. If you haven't heard of Phil Barber, he's a zookeeper. He has the channel Incredible Inverts. He's a really nice guy, actually. He's just a legend. He has lots of stuff like isopods and tarantulas and stuff like that. So that's going to be a really amazing stream again. Do not miss that one. And then on the 9th, I never say this right, we have Aesthetic Ants. So Aesthetic Ants, you all know him. He's going to be on the stream on the 9th. That's going to be absolutely amazing. I still got lots of dates that I'm booking in. So if you want to get on the stream, give me a little message. We do have open mic night on the 16th of February and the 16th of March. So write those in. You can get on the stream on the night, join in, have lots of fun, have a little chat. I've got so much going on at the minute. So like I said earlier, if you want a copy of the Ants and the Rock newsletter, it is going to be a monthly thing. You can sign up to it with me now, or you can wait until the website releases and sign up via the website. It's going to be free monthly. It's going to have loads of news. It's going to have a little blog about what I've been up to. It's going to have news on nuptial flights and just stuff like that. It's going to be really cool. Don't forget to check out the website when it goes live. It's going to be, honestly, it's going to be amazing. And I just want to get as many people involved. The more people on it, the better it's going to get for everyone that finds it, if you know what I mean. The more information we can put on it, the better it will be. So get on it, help me out, and help everyone else out. What else have we got going on? We said about the newsletter. We said about the website. I'm going to have merchandise coming out. That's coming as well. That's going to be amazing. Obviously, you've got videos going left, right, and center. And yeah, I can't remember what I was going to say next. There's loads of stuff happening. So if you haven't joined my Discord yet, make sure you join my Discord, because Discord's going really well, and we're going to start having more and more giveaways and stuff like that. Discord's actually going to change slightly. There's going to be a few channels added. We're going to get some emojis and stuff like that and levels put in. So it's just going to get a bit more fun as well as chatty. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. So yeah, join Discord if you haven't already. You will be handled by my brilliant moderators. Dean, you have been amazing tonight, buddy. Thank you very much. As everyone here is here, do not forget I have a Wakushi gift code. Just type in Ants on the Rock, all in capitals, in the discount code thing, and you will get a discount from Wakushi. Don't miss it, basically. Don't forget it. It's really handy. We all like have a little bit of money off. Thank you, Dino, for posting the Discord doodad link thing, Majigger. You know what I meant. And as I was saying earlier, the survey has actually filled up all responses. But if you want to send me your response or haven't had a chance to fill in the survey yet, then get in contact. I'm still taking entries until the very end of the 31st. And then I will do the prizes. Whatever. You know what I mean. Yeah, Link, I know. I'm tired. I'm always tired, as you know, buddy. Words escape me sometimes. You know why? I haven't had a coffee. That's what it is. I shall summon the wife. No, I can't say that on stream. I shall ask the wife politely if she will make me a cup of coffee. You hear me click my fingers, just ignore it. No, I'm only joking. I wouldn't do that. She responds better to a whistle. Right, so who fancies a quick duck race whilst I put the kettle on? Duck race. How many people? We've got 13 people in chat. I'm going to put 15 ducks. So there's a couple of spare if anyone comes in, right? 15 ducks. First come, first serve. Call out your number duck. We're going to go for 2 minutes. Call out your number. Remember your number. It's your responsibility. Five-minute duck race. That's a long duck. I'll do 2. If we need longer, I'll do 2. But I think 2 minutes is long enough. 5 minutes, just I can't keep excited that long. Oh, £5 gift card to the winner from Wakushi. Okay, right. We will make it a 5 minute because Wakushi's put a prize to it. Thank you very much, Wakushi, for putting in a prize. So we have 15 ducks. I'm going to have to write this all down. So give me 2 seconds. When there's a prize involved, we do it properly. All right, 3 minutes, Wakushi. 3 minutes. 3 minutes coming up. Right, that's 3 minutes, 15 ducks. Let's do this properly. So we've got, I'm going from the top. We got Dino is number 9. No, number 6, sorry, number 6. Jazz, number 10. We've got Nathan at number 9. Wakushi, number 1. Ants England is 17. We got Mark at number 3. Yeah, Ants England, there isn't a 17, there's 15 ducks. Thank you for pointing that one out. We got Ants England at 7. Just going through, making sure we've got everyone. Ants for you at 10. Is that everybody? Is that everybody? If you haven't heard your name be called, put in a number now. We are bringing up the duck race. If you haven't seen the duck race before, it is awesome. Here we go. Right, and Antics is taking a random of my choice. And Antics, you can be 13. Right. I'm not going to take part on this one. I won't take part. Right, are we ready? So everyone knows their number. I've got it written down. Ready, steady, duck race. Wakushi, I believe, was number one. So Wakushi, you just won your own voucher. Well done, Wakushi. You are the grand prize winner of your own £5 voucher. How are you going to spend your prize? Oh, yeah, Mark, we should totally get the Rocky theme tune. So I'm working on theme tunes and music and sound effects and things like that. It's all coming very soon. Hopefully, by the time I start season 2 of the picnic table, we will have sound effects and things like that going on. I've worked on Zoom effects. That's cool. I'll show you in a minute. There we go. That was brilliant. We can always do another one a bit later on or whenever. Just say duck race and I'll get out the duck race. But yeah, we are starting to do something like that every stream. I'm working on something like that for a countdown because like it's always handy to have like a 10-minute countdown towards the end of my stream or whatnot. Lets any new viewers know that it's not happening. You know what I mean. But well done, Wakushi. That's really cool. And thank you all for still being here in the stream with me. We still have lots of people. Yeah, we'll go again. We'll go again at 11 o'clock on the hour. See who's here at 11 o'clock, and then we will go again. See you later, Dino. Thank you very much for tonight, mate. You've been an absolute star. Dino is my moderator. For anyone that doesn't know, he's been an absolute legend tonight, handling lots and lots of people joining the stream tonight. It's been brilliant. Nathan's off as well. I'll see you later, Nathan. Thank you for joining and watching. You've been awesome with all your comments. Thank you very much. Wakushi's going to get a coffee. That's literally what I just done, because I can be here until midnight if we want. I don't care. I don't have anywhere to go. Let's see. Watch this. Hang on. See if I can do this right. If I press that one and that, no, that one, zoom, and then I do that one and that one, it zooms even more. How cool is that? It's a little bit blurry, but wait, that's properly zoomed. See the nest? I could probably even zoom in a little bit more, but I'm not going to. See that little isopod that they went for then? So yeah, I can now zoom. How cool is that? If I do that and that's slightly zoomed out, and then we go that one. Oh yeah. So I am working on making these streams really cool. So we're going to get sound effects and voice effects and things like that, just for, not for the interviews. We're going to keep the interviews normal, you know, but for these bits, we can make it a bit more fun, a bit more exciting. Get an echo on my voice for like danger. I don't know. Yeah, I know, Mark. If we could turn them into ants, I really desperately looked, and there's nothing like it. There's like swimmers and other stuff, and it's not ants. Someone needs to commission it and send us the link. Simple. Now, how typical is that? A spam bot comes in just as the mod leaves. That's right, I'm here now. I am here. So what's everyone been up to, apart from ant keeping? Normal stuff, busy days, relaxed days, training for the Olympics? Oh no, let me know. I wish I was training for the Olympics. I've got Bristol's strongest novice strongman competition coming up. And then I'm taking a whole year off from competing if I can actually keep away from it. My problem is I see a competition, I just sign straight up. I can't stop. And then I'm taking a whole year off from my strongman competitions and boxing and things like that, because I'm aiming to get into Britain's strongest under 80 kilograms man, which is obviously quite a high goal. But I'm not far off it now, to be honest. If I put in a good solid year of work, it will smash it. So we got Wakushi launching new stuff. Jazz working and deciding whether to get Flavis along with fair. Flavis are amazing. Lacius, Niger are amazing. I would say if you haven't got many colonies, get 2 or 3, because then you've got more to do and you're not going to be like itching so much to get on with that one colony and bothering them, which is unnecessary, if you know what I mean. Get 2 or 3 and it's just a bit safer. And Ramblings, thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. I really do. Ants England. Today I was collecting river water to make a self-contained ecosystems. They're really cool, like river ones and stuff. Did you find any amazing stuff living in it? Oh, red lights just come on. My house is now a brothel. We are open for business. No, I didn't. You didn't actually hear that. That's not true. Don't turn up at my door. I only have my Flavis Niger's one that don't have a load of room. Okay. See, if you haven't got a lot of room, look at colonies like Murano plus bicolor, right? They only grow to like a few hundred workers. I've got them in one of those starter fish tanks. I think they're like 12 liters or something like that. Really small. They're never going to need to expand out of that fish tank, and that's a full-size colony. They do sting, but they're defensive. They're not aggressive in any way. And quite frankly, they're just beautiful little ants, really cool, hardy. I've never had any issues with my Murano plus bicolor, although they can be a little bit boring sometimes. Okay, it takes a couple of days to clear properly, but it's always like super cool to see what's in there. I've done quite a few. I've done one from my local seawater. I've done river waters. You get all sorts living in there. I've just had a message that update is finally done. What? That's been going the whole time. Yeah, you can find Lacius Niger in your garden, but only certain times a year for the nuptial flights, obviously. If you want to wait till nuptial flight, you'll find loads. There's no point in buying them at that time. But if you're desperate for ants, get them. You could even get, like you say, Murano plus bicolor. They're not massively expensive. Or Barber, they're quite easy to have. I'm guessing, Jazz, are you from the UK? I didn't catch that, I'm afraid. But if you're in UK sort of conditions, the Barbarus are okay. They can do a little bit of heating, but they don't necessarily need it. That's sort of like the ladder we go through in the UK is Niger's, Flavis, possibly, and then Barbarus, and then you start to look at like Nikos or something like that as your first sort of exotics. That's sort of been like, not everyone sticks to it, but that's sort of the trend that UK ant keepers go through as you go not Messer, you go Lacius, then you get your Messers, and then you start keeping exotics. Or I tend to find that's what people tell me anyways. I might be wrong. It might just be the few people that I speak to, but that's my experience. Yeah, I mean, this time of year, you're not going to find a lot in your garden because during hibernation, Lacius niger can go up to 15 feet, I think, or 15 meters, 15 feet, I'm going to say, underground. And that's basically where the temperature stays quite the same. Like, no matter the fluctuations on the surface, the temperature at that depth is going to be roughly about whatever temperature, and they're happy. So you won't see them until it starts to warm up. You're still living at home, so you can't push it with heat due to the other animals. Yeah, that's fair. See, Barbarus, they are great species, and the fact they've got majors, they take on seeds, they're just a little bit different. I would recommend Barbarus, but Flavis can be interesting, but Flavis, you probably won't see them. Like, if you keep them in a man-made setup, like the ones you buy, you will see them, but I don't know. They naturally love to dig. They spend most of their life underground. So I've always wanted to keep Flavis in a natural bioactive setup, which means you just won't see them. So it's a hard one. They are great ants, brilliant little ants. I love them. I was so disappointed the other day when my queen Lacius Flavis died, because I've been desperate to get Flavis, but things are what they are. But there we go. Ant Ramblings, you absolute legend, has some 3 Lacius Niger colonies when they come out of hibernation. So if you want a Lacius Niger colony, there you go. Send Ant Ramblings a little message, and he's an absolute legend. Well, it's just turning into 11 o'clock, apparently, because the red lights have gone on and the main lights have turned off. Red lights on because ants cannot see red light, or most ants can't see red light. Barbarus and some other species can, but these Polyrhacus dives, the beetles, and pretty much everything that lives in here cannot see the red light. We can see them, they can't see us. We've also now got a chance of seeing millipedes, worms, vampire crabs are more likely to come out. There's 3 different species of millipede currently living in here, spiders, and lots of other stuff that mainly only comes out in the red light. So stay tuned and we'll keep watching. We will do another duck race in a minute. I'm just getting it ready. Honestly, everyone who's been in the chat tonight, and especially you people who are still here now, have been absolutely fantastic. Like, you're there thanking me for putting on the streams, and honestly, you guys made it so much easier for me. If you were a hard community to talk to, like, these streams would be so much harder. Believe it or not, I'm not the most confident person normally, but yeah, it's not too bad. I can deal with this. You guys make me feel welcomed and that I want to talk to you, you know. So I really do appreciate you guys so much, and girls. I don't just mean guys. My God, sorry. I always do that. I'm not sexist. I swear. It's just the way I say. Has anyone got any rambling Instagram? Yeah, find it for you. I'm glad you've enjoyed it tonight, AntsRus. I actually have no access to Instagram. It's not one I use. We do have Ants on a Rock Instagram page, but it is managed by one of my admin service, and he sends all messages straight through to me. I answer them, and he sends them back. I do not go on the Instagram page. He also uploads all the images and things like that. So if you get a message on Instagram, it is my admin team, not me. Occasionally they send out little advertisement messages and things like that. But obviously, if you ever have any problems with my Instagram, then message me directly on anything, on one of these streams, on Facebook, Discord, anywhere you can find me. I am all over the place. You can even have my my Gmail is antsonarock@gmail.com. Like, send me a little message, you know. I am open to all. Now, as soon as I see Wakushi is back from his coffee, I will bring up the duck race. We will all choose numbers again, and we'll have another little race. Jazz, with Flavis, or with anyone really, okay, Wakushi's back, so we'll go on to that in a second. I'll just answer this. With any colony, really, having multiple queens is going to help. It boosts the founding stage, it boosts the whole colony all round, and it works. Obviously, only do it if they are polygamous. Flavis are polygamous, but the queens tend to stay away from each other within the nest, from my own experience, what I've heard. I've never had my own colony of Flavis, but that's what I know. So yeah, get 2 queens. It can only be good for the colony, and even if they decide to kill off one of the queens, then you've had the first batch of eggs or whatever and been boosted and got that extra good start. So here we go, duck race. Everyone choose a number. We have 9 people in the chat right now, so we are going with 9 ducks. We're not going to have any spare. 9 ducks, 2 minutes. Choose your numbers now. First come, first serve. Ants England is 7. We got Jazz at 5. Ants the U. Oh, Antimatters has 6. Right, hang on. Six. Wakushi at 9. Ants the U is 12. 12? We got 9. Right, hang on. I'll tell you what's left in a second, Ants for you. Ant Ramblings is 4. Mark at 3. I think that is everyone. So we got Ants England at 7. We got Antimatters at 6. We got Jazz at 5. Wakushi at 9. Ant Ramblings at 4. Mark at 3. So I just saw that in the chat. I want to know what is ordered. Ants for you. There is 9. No, not 9. Sorry, there's 8, 2, and 1. So Antics has just taken 2. So there's 8 or 1. We're all. You can't have 2. You can have 8 or 1. Too slow off the mark. Right, he's having 1. So Ants for you is having. Right, hang on. Let me make sure I've got everyone now. It is 1. Yes, we have got everyone. So I'll just run through it again. We've got Ants for you at 1. We've got Antics at 2. We've got Mark at 3. Ant Ramblings at 4. Jazz at 5. Ant Matters at 6. Ants England at 7. Wakushi at 9. Do they do horses? Let's have a little look. Do they do horses? They must do horses. It'd be crazy if they don't. Race timers. Let's have a little look. Horse race timer. Here we go. Hang on. Let me see what it's like. We can only have 6 users on the horse races, apparently. Here we go. Horse race number generator. Let's see what we can come up with. Right, here we go. One number from 1 to 9. I'm so confused. No, that one's rubbish. Right, yeah, we're just going to do a duck. We're going to do duck. Right, so let's quickly set it up. 2 minutes. 9 ducks. There we go. Yeah, that's a bit of a shit. I will find more. I will find more of them because they are really fun, aren't they? Right, duck race. Here we go. We are on. Right, everyone ready? Everyone remember their number. Let's rock and roll. Go. Good luck, everyone. I like the duck with the hat, the copper's hat. He reminds me of the who was it? The ones which did the YMCA and things like that. Was it YMCA? No, the the cowboy, the copper, builder, that lot. That's what it reminds me of. Go, green duck's kicking butt. Problem is, you go too early. You lose all that energy. You ain't got the stamina to go the whole race at sprint pace. Gotta pace yourself. We got Office Duck coming up as number 1. Purple Duck and Roman Duck are having it out. Oh, there's 4 leaders. Number 6 just pulling ahead. 7 falling back. 5 is making a break through it through the middle. He's coming up strong. And there he goes. He's pushed out in front. But he hasn't got the legs to keep it up. That's it. Village People. That's the one. Village People Duck. Number 9's coming up on the outside. 1 and 7 are holding back, ready to hit that last final stretch. Last 20 seconds now. Coming down the final stretch. Yeah, Greenie's doing all right. And Antics at number 2. Oh, last few seconds. Here we go. Here we go. Number 6. Well done, number 6. Antimatters. That is Antimatters. Well done. Congratulations. Well deserved. Right, that was a bit of fun. Yeah, lucky numbers, they're never that lucky, are they? I always thought number 3 was lucky, but everything comes in thirds. Everything bad comes in threes, doesn't it? It's not lucky at all. I'm going to give this about another 20 minutes. And then I'm going to be calling it a night, I believe. If that. Because I have got a few things to do before I start doing other things at midnight. Because I am a madman and I plan to go to sleep at 3 a.m. today and wake up at 5:30 to go for a run. But as they say, you got to work hard to play hard. Wow. Well done, Wakushi, doing that fast, and well done, Antimatters, for winning. But that's fast service. Well done, Wakushi. Blow us away with that. We are going to have Wakushi on the stream, everybody. Obviously, he's super busy at the minute. He's got a million things on. I don't need sleep, Ant Ramblers. I'll sleep when I'm dead. No, I take naps occasionally, like little power naps. I've even taken naps at the desk, like with the pen in my hand. I'll just fall asleep and wake up and carry on. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough, Fukushi. It's 2 clicks, but still some people might leave that to tomorrow when it's office hours and not 11:15 on a Sunday night. So fair play to you for just doing it, You didn't have to, was my point. See, the beetles keep coming down now. I've been taking beetles out of here routinely for the last couple of days. I've had about 8 out of there. Your office hours are 24/7, 365. Yeah, that's pretty much the same as me. When did I last take a day off? A proper day off where I just did nothing. Many years ago. Probably before I was 18, actually. By the time I was 18, I was working 80 hours a week over 3 different jobs. By the time I was 21, I was working 50 hours a week in one job. But I think you're like me, Wakushi. If there's a job to be done, you just want to, like, there's no point in not doing it if you're there, you know. If you can do a job, then do it. I'm always on call. Everyone knows I'm always on call. If they need me, I shall be there. I can't sing that, like. Haha, yeah, 5 a.m. There you go, Sid. I'm always up for a 5 a.m. chat, if anyone fancies it. I think that's the thing about humidity is it will basically go as high as you put in water. If you soak it, you'll get really high humidity, won't you? Yeah, that's it. Random middle of the night messages. I am the worst for that. You can ask Hood about it. Like, I will message Hood at stupid o'clock, and I'll sit there and wait for him to wake up and message me back. But quite often he's awake at stupid o'clock anyways. It's one of the reasons I message him. Him and Ryan are really helpful. We've all helped each other out massively, like being YouTubers. We all kind of bounce off each other a lot. I think all nests need that sort of gradient, don't they? Yeah, get some videos done too. What I really like, Wakushi, is those what do they call them? QR codes that you do, and you can do the QR code, and then it will show you how. Yeah, spot on, mate. That was really good idea. I like that a lot. Because let's be honest, some of your stuff, I wouldn't know how to put it together if there wasn't a video tutorial showing me how to, and some of it, you know. The one thing, I've been using bamboo test tubes, right? And I had my Lacius Flavis in the bamboo test tube. And then the other day I looked in there and she's gone. Like, I honestly, I still can't work out where she is. Like, she's definitely not in there. Definitely not dead. I don't know. But she can't have got out, you know. I got a video for you soon. Yeah, send me videos. If you've got any videos you want me to review, just send me the links over on Discord. I will say it's really hard for me to review like unboxings and your own reviews. Like, I wouldn't really be able to review an unboxing video. But if you've got videos of your ants or you doing whatever, yeah, send them over. I'll do a little review video. It's all good fun. It's a bit of banter occasionally. I'm never mean, it's all good fun. Yeah, send them over. Jazz, you'll probably go get the Flavis. Yeah, to be honest, I knew you would. We can't help ourselves as ant keepers. Once we get that in our head, you're going to get the ants. You finished a new natural setup today with the kids. Awesome. I'd love to see some pictures of the natural setup. I love them. I've got a few which I'm in the process of designing at the moment. I just had a delivery turn up today of loads of rocks and sticks and everything that I need for something that I've got planned. It's going to be awesome. You need to figure out the best setup for after a test tube. Honestly, I wouldn't worry about it, Jazz. Not for ages. Flavis they don't take long. They don't take long at all. But you can keep them in the test tube for a hell of a long time because they are quite small. Yeah, you can just keep them in a test tube stupidly long. And then, to be honest, what I would advise is have a look at the Wakushi Venus nest. Venus nests are amazing. Means you can put 3 test tubes in next to each other and they share the sort of outworld. So if one test tube runs out of water, they'll move into the other test tube. If they need more space, they'll end up living in all 3 test tubes. Basically, it works amazingly. Yeah, really good. And you can use my code as well. Just type in Ants on the Rock, everything in capitals into a discount box, and you can have a little discount as well. But yeah, the Venus Mini. Oh my God. Right, is that on the website now, Wakushi? Type in W into my homepage and it comes up with Wakushi straight away. Is that right? Just launched. Let's have a look. Gen 3 nests. Cool. So this is all the stuff that you've been working on. Oh, whoa. So £12.95. I'm going to bring this up on the screen right now. Here we go. So, whoa, okay. So, what's going on with the picture? That's probably my thing, isn't it? Right. Okay. Okay, so it's 2 tubes in there. You've still got the slightly smaller hole, the slightly larger hole. You've got the extension port hole at the top. So it's like the same design, but like you say, just mini. $12.95, shipping calculated at checkout. Red and solid black lids. Is there option to get both? Yeah, I think it looks really good. And like I say, I love these setups. So Jazz, look at something like this. In fact, I'll put the link in the chat for you right now. This is literally on the Wakushi website. Like I say, don't forget to use the Ants on the Rock discount as well. Put Ants on the Rock all in capitals, no spaces, no nothing at the checkout. And they are really good. They're great for every species that I've encountered, to be honest. I've used them, well, the larger ones that I'm using, but I will obviously be getting some of these now. Yeah, they're spot on. I really like this design. Well done, Wakushi. Like, I think we're all going to give you a big clap. I nearly swore again. Big fucking clap when we see you, because this was just like such a great design. Like, it's what the hobby needed. You know what I mean? So 2 of the smaller tubes. Okay, so they're different tubes to the larger. Yeah, still the smaller tubes. I've got tons of them as well, and they work really well for things like Flavis because they don't quite need that really long, extra spacious test tube, do they? Look at the Saturn outworlds. Right, we're going up, I think. Yeah, Saturn outworlds. Don't know why it's not bringing up the pictures. It was a minute ago. Let's see if reloading the page will do it. Yeah, there we go. New Saturn outworlds. Let's have a little look. So I went for the larger one because that's all I'm ever interested in is how big can it go? 20 centimeter, 20 centimeter. See, that's quite large actually. For what's on the market, that is quite large. No reviews yet, so someone needs to buy this tonight or as soon as possible and start putting some reviews up for Rakushi because we know reviews help. Tubs and tubes on steroids, I like that, yeah. Yeah, it's really good height. I like the height of that. One thing I always struggle with is enough height. Like, if you want to do anything inside, the height is always restrictive. Oh, there you go. And Antic says that he can vouch for them. Yeah, they look really good. And not a bad price, really. I mean, I know that looks expensive to some people, but that's not that bad if you look at what else is on the market for about the same size. Or, well, less. And 7 large test tube nesting systems. So let's have a look at the back. So they all kind of fit in, slot in. And then they have access straight to the outworld like that, I'm guessing. That's really, really cool. Yeah, I like that. Is it difficult to get the test tubes out once the ants are in there? Like, say if the bottom test tube was really, really moldy, but the rest were fine. Oh, okay. They just slide out. Cool. Yeah, I really like that. And like I say, for that price, actually, that's really decent. A lot of what's on the market isn't that big and it doesn't hold that much. I do like that a lot. But I am going to say it's not for putting multiple colonies from different species in Mr. Ants Canada. No, I'm only messing. But yeah, I really like that. That's very cool. Shipping mid-February, pre-order. So, someone buy me one. No, I'll buy one. I'll get one in a couple of months. I expect to see how good it is. What ants would I put in it? I have no idea at this point. I've got quite a few ants that are in that stage where they're going to be coming out of queen stage soon. You know, they've got one of them, in fact, has their first workers, but they're still not coming on the channel. No, because I just don't trust them not to die. And then I've got a couple of other colonies, which are my own personal colonies I'm not ever going to show on the channel. One of them's actually doing really well, needs an expansion, another nest expansion, and at least another outworld very soon, because they're in the, well, probably in the thousands now. They're doing really well. But like I say, that's my own personal colony. They don't make it onto the channel. They're for my own enjoyment. Because I'm mean like that. No, to be honest, I think there's enough colonies of mine on the channel already. It's hard to keep track of them all as it is. Right, so let's go back a little bit. So let's just... small gypsum, small cork, medium. So the small's got 2 chambers. Medium's got 4. Then that's got a bit more. The large has got a bit more. And the extra large. Okay, so the extra large now comes with the thermometer. Is that the Bluetooth one as well, is it? And then you got the connection tubes. That's something that I couldn't find enough of on the market, to be honest. Something that actually connects the tubes into like the T shape and the Y shape and things like that. So important, and yet so hard to find decent ones. Test tube ports, cool. I really like test tube ports because like they just work. And the little boxes that you can get in China are pretty rubbish, to be honest. And for smaller species like Lacius Niger, they just climb straight through. Bluetooth confirmed by Wakushi, brilliant. I haven't yet tried these Bluetooth sensors, but apparently they are really good. And it's probably just cool to sit there and like, oh, it went down at this time during the day. Yeah, I'd be watching it like non-stop. My missus would think I'm a nightmare. So these are the outworlds. And they do look, the tops look different, at least on these. They do look very good. Sleek. Saturns. And then the complete sets. The extra large complete set is 9995. But look at what you get for that. On their own, the products are, well, you get way more than that. So you're saving like 20 quid for buying it on this bundle as well. Yeah, I think that's well worth it. So when you get this, has that then got the test tube at the back as well? Or no, okay. No, because you don't need it. That's why I was thinking. Okay, so it does have that area. Cool. I do like the way these bits are set up. The Saturns aren't designed to go with the nest, but you can connect one. Okay, so with the Saturns, do you leave the test tubes exposed to light, or do you then cover them? How would I go about it? Because I'd probably cover them in tinfoil or something and then stick them in there. Just because that's how I am. And then I'd wait for them to get absolutely full, bustling full to the brim, and then I'd probably go and buy one of these setups and attach it via a T-shape so that they can move out of that one, move into the nest, and have two large outworlds. But that's probably what I would do myself. Like, I'm just a madman sometimes. But I really like this, the Venus Mini. That's going to be a market owner. And the leaf cutter founding pod, yeah, right. So we've seen these in the videos from Hood and everybody else. They are brilliant. Has there been any changes since what we've seen? Anything that you want to tell us about them that's new that we haven't seen in the videos from Hood and everyone else, Holifer, and I can't remember who else got them. Cannot remember. But what I've seen, they're really good. They do the job, and they make the whole leaf cutter experience a lot easier. Whereas it was sort of like they were dreaded beforehand. It just makes the whole keeping of them a lot easier and more accessible. Again, the Bluetooth thermometer, multiple pods set up. The hydration's changed. Okay. See, I don't think I ever heard any complaints about the hydration. So if you want to explain how it's changed or what you wanted to change. Formica. This is Niger, Flavis, and Generation 2. So yeah, I have thought about getting leaf cutters, but I don't know. I'm iffing and I'm in and iffing and I'm in. And I'm so tempted to. And then I think of all the other things that I need to do. And then my missus looks at me and she's like, really? You're going to have leaf cutter ants walking around the house? Yeah, I am. One day. Okay, so it hydrates from the base and not the tube. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I did see that. That base looks really cool. The stock's only flooded. Yeah. And the tube was blocking the view. That's completely fair. I like the way that you take on views and opinions. Like you say, you do that testing phase, don't you? See, I'm a nightmare with testing anything. My testing is I set it up, I'm jumping in, let's do it. Brilliant. Well, right, so it is now just gone 11:30. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes and I am going to call it a night. I do apologize, everybody. If you want, though, I can leave the stream going. So you can sit here and chat until you're all content, basically. Well, I've got no problem with that, but I must go and carry on with some of my other jobs. Like I say, anyone that's interested in those products that we've just seen, use the Ants on the Rock discount code. Don't miss out on a bit of money off, basically, because they're great products, but we all need a bit of money off. Jazz has just ordered Flavis. I need the clapping sound effects. Yeah, well done. Really cool. Keep us posted on how they grow. We like to hear your ant keeping stories. You never know. You might feel the need to come on the show one day. We have our open mic nights on the 16th of February and March. And we also have the Ant Keeper series where we don't have YouTubers, we don't have shops, we just have general ant keepers like yourself, people that have just started in the hobby and are making their way through the learning process. And it's really great to hear those experiences from people in the moment. You know what I mean? If you're crazy, get her. See, I am crazy, and I've had them in the basket, and I've been so close to buying them. But like I said, like I look at it, and then I think of all the other things that I need to do for the channel first, really. But I've had so many different things in the basket, put it that way. If I had unlimited money, then I'd have a lot more ants with a lot more space in a much bigger room. I'd have them all like out on big desks instead of shelves. Yeah, the casts of Atta are really amazing, aren't they? They're very cool to watch. Thanks for signing in, Mark. We'll see you again soon. And Ant Ramblings, yep, thank you. Goodbye. I am about to go. And to know they were baseball. Yeah, definitely. Right, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. I am going to leave the stream running so you can sit here and chat until your heart's content. I might even join in the chat, but I must go and do stuff in another room. I can no longer sit at the computer because I've just got so many jobs I need to get done before midnight hits. Thank you all. No, thank you all. Goodbye. Thank you. Honestly, I appreciate you all so much for coming in and joining with me with these streams. Wakushi, thank you for sharing that with us. That was really awesome. Everyone that's still here, don't forget, you can sign up to my newsletter. Either send me a little message, email, whatever, or go on my website when it comes out, and you can subscribe to the newsletter there. It's completely free. It's going to be full with all the information that I pick up from like live streams and newsletters and other things that I'm gathering. Wakushi and Antics, anyone else, if you've got something you want to go in the newsletter, you want something to get heard, then send it over to me in a little message and I'll make sure it gets in the newsletter as well. Like I say, it's just going to go out to as many people as I can get it to, so it keeps everyone updated. There's going to be a little blog of what I've been up to. There's going to be updates of what's going on in the ant keeping world. There's going to be nuptial flight updates, lots of little cool things on that. Don't forget, you can check out my Facebook, my Instagram. We're on Discord. We're on Spotify. All streams that have been done. If you've missed an episode, you can listen to it on Spotify offline as well. So that's really handy. Don't forget to check out my Patreon if you're interested in supporting Ants on the Rock as we grow. There's lots of really cool, interesting stuff coming to Ants on the Rock. I'm not even going to call it a channel anymore. We are just an entity. We're going to have the website come in. It's going to have lots of cool features, lots of new stuff coming to the streams, lots of really interesting, amazing people coming to the streams. One of the people I've booked in has like over 15,000 subscribers. So to be honest, that might just be insane. Yeah, like I say, it's getting better. So if you want to support us, check out the Patreon. If you want to get advertising in as well, check out Patreon or send me a message. We can work out a little advertising deal, which I have already done with one person. And yeah, we hang on. Yeah, we also have Instagram. Check out Instagram. Lots of pictures go up on Instagram, which aren't in other places. Check out Discord because there's giveaways on Discord going to be happening every month or so from now on. Just like constant giveaways. It's going to be awesome. My moderators are awesome. They keep the chat friendly. It's always a nice place. We don't allow any bad language or talking down to people at all. You get instantly blocked, basically. So it's just nice people being nice all the time. It's a friendly environment, and that's what I want. So yeah, I am off now. Good night, everyone. I might be in the chat, I might not, but I am not going to talk anymore from this point, which I really struggle to do. But goodbye. See you again soon, Ant fans. I shall put some music on. 2 seconds. Why would I want to leave this amazing community? But here's the picnic table opening music. When it loads in a second. Okay. Oh. We don't.
See you there.
We do not start in half an hour. I'll be busy with working. But I love that. Right, come on, solo layout. God, it's a little bit slow at the moment. Hold on. Tonight was insane. I'm just going to say that. It was insane. I cannot believe how amazing tonight's stream went. We had like 20 odd people. Awesome. That was not letting me put it. There we go. There you go. Enjoy.